Oh man. Damn, Nets Nation. Pain. All I feel is pain. All I feel is pain. Oh my God. This one hurts. This hurts. Like, this is, oh my God, this stream. I didn't even want to go live. That's how bad it was tonight. I didn't even want to go live tonight. I didn't even want to go live. That's how hurt, stressed I am right now. This is unreal. Unbelievable, man. Shout out Nets Nation. Shout out all the real Nets fans that are actually tuned in tonight through thick and thin. I know the Nets bandwagons are falling off right now. All the Nets bandwagons are throwing away their jerseys. All the Nets bandwagons right now are throwing away their jerseys. They're not believing in their team. They're doing a lot. I've seen a lot of toxicness tonight. I've seen a lot of toxic chats tonight. I've seen a lot of toxic Nets comments. And it's just funny, how quickly things turn. Like you see who the real fans are, and you see who are the fake fans. It separates the real from the fake, and But first off, in the chat, shout out everybody that's in here. Shout out Nets Nation. Put prayers out to Kyrie. I just got an update that Kyrie's X-ray is negative, so that is good news. But black hearts in the chat for Kyrie. Prayers to Kyrie. It was unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. I thought the refs today were just horrible. It was really the refs versus us. I don't like to make excuses, but this game was terrible officiating. I never seen officiating like this. You know what I'm saying? The Giannis should have had that foul on Kyrie. It should have been a flagrant. KD was getting hacked all game. They weren't calling it. You know what I'm saying? And it's like the refs got to keep it consistent, and the whole playoffs, we've seen ticky-tack fouls, ticky-tack this, but this one series, it's like, why do they let everything go? Why are the Nets the one team where, you can hack them and get in and they don't call nothing, Why is the Nets that one team, I don't like to make excuses about the refs, but the refs were garbage this game. So besides that, like I said, when Kyrie went down, I was not expecting to win at all. I'm sorry. The crazy part is we did stay in the game, though. We did stay in the game when Kyrie went down. And when I look at the second quarter here, let me look at the play-by-play. Kyrie went down. Hold on. We actually were in the lead. Mike James made a 27-foot three-pointer at 10-22 in the second quarter. We were up 34-23 in the second quarter. It was looking great. For Nets Nation. Then Pat Connaughton ended the game. I think Giannis made a shot. Mike James made a shot. Then Bucks went on a run and they cut it to 36-35 at the 8-minute mark in the second quarter. Then when did Kyrie made a layup at 6 minutes and it was 40-44. Then that's the last time we saw Kyrie. Yes. And as soon as Kyrie went down, I wasn't expecting to win this game. So it's just a tough thing, and I don't want to put this bad energy out there. I don't want to put this bad juju out there. It's just that with this team, with no Harden and no Kyrie, we can't, how do I explain this? I don't want to say we can't beat the Bucks, but it's just, we have no one else to shot create. You know what I'm saying? It's hard. I know people are going to be like, oh, KD got to carry. He can do this. He's the best player in the world. But it's like, we're playing a Bucks team with 3 all-stars. Nobody on this team can shot create besides Mike James. You know what I'm saying? So you're asking KD to beat Giannis, Drew Holiday, and Chris Middleton with Bruce Brown, Tyler Johnson. Jeff Green just got back. He hasn't played basketball in a game in like 3 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're asking KD to do a lot. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people are saying KD got to carry. Like, it's hard. Our system is, the way our offense is set up, it's with Kyrie and KD. The system is run around them. So when Kyrie is out, the system is not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. I'm not saying the series is over, though. You guys are wild. Whoever's saying the series is over, you have no faith. I look at the stats right now. Hold on, let me look at the stats. Shout out Nets Nation in here. I look at the stats, and no one really helped KD. Blake Griffin, 8 points, 1 for 4. Joe Harris, 8 points, 3 for 8, 2 for 6 from three. Bruce Brown, 7 points. Kyrie had 11 before he got hurt. Jeff Green, 8 points. Nick Claxton, 4 points. Reggie Perry, like Mike James, 5 points. Like, and then as soon as Kyrie went out, it's like Steve Nash forgot how to coach. It's like, bro, why didn't you play Blake Griffin in the third quarter, in the fourth quarter? We cut the lead down in the fourth quarter to I think it was like 10, and I still didn't see Blake Griffin out there. And in the beginning of the fourth quarter, he puts no point guard in the game. Why didn't he have Mike James in the game? I literally saw Joe Harris bring up the ball. I'm like, what's wrong with Steve Nash? You have Joe Harris and Bruce Brown. You have no point guard in. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, what happened to Mike James? Why did Mike James only play 20 minutes? Mike James should have played at least 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Bruce Brown's not going to score. We need scoring. We need scoring. And it's like Steve Nash just fell apart. You know what I'm saying? It's just a rookie head coach. He's a rookie head coach. Yeah, Joe is a joke. Yes, where the hell is Harris? That's what I'm trying to figure out. Let me read some comments. Shout out everybody in here. Grace Wu said, small and faster? No, it's like you got to have a point guard in there. Like I said, no one besides Mike James can really shot create on this team. You know what I'm saying? Nobody's really a shot creator. Jeff Green can at times, but he's not a shot creator either. Like, everybody looks scared out there. Like, I looked at Jeff Green and Blake, Bruce, all of them just looked scared. You know what I'm saying? Like, KD is getting double teamed, and they're just waiting on the 3-point line to pass to KD and forcing the ball. It's like, no, you gotta put pressure on the defense. You got to go out there and score yourself. Stop being scared. Drive, shoot. You know what I'm saying? Like, KD can't do everything. He can't do every little thing. Damn it, yo. Some random race and Nash is doing everything that I'm. But yeah, it's like even DeAndre. I would even accept DeAndre in. At least give something. Give the team some kind of life. Put DJ in something. You know, it's like no, bro. Hack a Giannis, do something, you know, like you're saying, do some kind of coaching strategy. Like, he just was doing random stuff, bro. It's like he just fell apart. Kyrie fell apart, and Nash just went in the corner and cried somewhere. He just forgot how to coach. He forgot how to coach. Shout out Lenny. He said no Alizé or DJ in a physical game. Yeah, we needed physical players. Shout out Lenny Beeson. We needed physical players. Referees were horrible. Yeah, shout out John Pierce. Without Kyrie and Harden, yeah, we, like I said, I don't want to say we can't win Game 5, but with just KD, I can't see KD beating 3 All-Stars. You know what I'm saying? Especially if Joe Harris is shooting like this, and who else can score? Blake. You know what I'm saying? Blake can't give us 8 points. Joe can't give us 7. Like, you know what I'm saying? I hope they play better at home. You know what I'm saying? Jeff Green, like, I'm going to be easy on Jeff Green because he just got back. He hasn't played basketball in 4 weeks or whatever, how long it was. I'm going to give Jeff Green a break. And he still had 8 points, 2 for 4, 1 for 2, 5 rebounds, 1 assist. Jeff Green actually had a good game, but it's like he just needed to be more aggressive. But I'll give him a break because he didn't play in 3-4 weeks. So it's like, let me call the Discord though, y'all. Hit the like button. Yeah, appreciate that. Hit the like button. Yeah, the refs was trash. That Giannis foul, it should have been a flagrant. I've seen lesser physical plays in the NBA playoffs, and that was a no call. I'm saying he clearly undercut him. Clearly undercut Kyrie. Clearly. I don't expect Kyrie to play Game 5. Maybe Game 6. Maybe Kyrie Game 6. But we just gotta pray. We just gotta pray. Like I said, it's gonna be a uphill battle. Where the Bucks have the momentum. It's just gonna be faith. You know what I'm saying? Belief in your team and faith. That's all we have right now. That's all we have. That's nation. That's all we have. If you're here for the stars, if you're here for the good offense and the good times, then you're mistaken. You know what I'm saying? If you're a real Nets fan, you just gotta stick with it. You know what I'm saying? Win or loss, you just gotta stick with it. Let me call the Discord though. Yeah, shout out to Station. Hit that like button. I'm gonna read some comments. Hold on, y'all. Hold on.
Yo, what's up?
Yeah.
AJ?
Yo.
What's up?
Yeah.
Tough L.
Yeah. It's a lot of toxic Nets fans in the air right now. A lot of
AJ, bro, you only saying that like 200 viewers right now, bro. Who would have expected, man?
I'm saying, bro.
I wasn't expecting that, though.
AJ, real quick, this is a big announcement. This is an announcement for the YouTube chat.
Yeah.
We welcome anybody into the Discord chat to talk Nets basketball and regular ball. And granted, the loss was tough. It's tough on everybody. We lost Kyrie. We got basically played off the floor. But if there's any racist activity going on in the chat or anybody is fueling racist bullshit, you will be kicked and you will be muted in the chat. Yeah. That's all I'm going to say. Right. We all disagree with how players play. We may disagree who's the best or how people are doing. Yeah. But if you try to take it to the level where racist bullshit is starting to be put into the chat and you're trying to start bullshit, you will be muted and you will be bounced out the chat. Just respect.
Facts. Well said, Chubbs. Well said. I echo everything you said, bro. Saint in there? Or Saint, you still driving?
Saint's in his car right now.
Oh, you driving? I'll wait till Saint get home. But I'll wait till you get home. I'll wait till you get home. But Julian,
I'm gonna hop back in when I get home. That'll be in like 10 minutes.
All right. But Rage, how'd you feel about this game, man?
It was a tough L. I mean, nothing was really going our way. I mean, Katie, Katie can only do so much. Yeah. I mean, the Bucks are doing what they got to do. I mean, it is what it is. I'm gonna go on Kyrie and Harden for a second. It's tough having them out, but granted, if we win next game, which I think we can, I think we'll have one of them back by next game.
Right.
And if we get those, I think we take the next game. And again, even if we lose that next game, like the game after that, we take Game 7 to Brooklyn, and next game is at Brooklyn.
Yeah, and I see like with a lot of fans is like panicking right now, but it's crazy because even with just KD, the Bucks didn't really blow us out. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like no 30-point loss. It wasn't no 20-point game. We had it down to at least, I think, 12 or 11 in the fourth quarter. So it's like, even with just KD, it was still like you saw it because Steve Nash was going to put the subs in, I think, with like 8 minutes left. And he's like, no, he pulled them back because we were making a run and came back. So it's like, still have some faith, Nets Nation. I know it looks bleak right now, but still have some type of faith. I know we're praying for Kyrie. Trust me, I know it's bad right now. But, somebody mute your mute your mic. It's bad feedback. But yeah, we gotta have some faith, Nets Nation. You know what I'm saying? I know it looks bleak. We gotta have some faith.
You still got feedback.
Yeah.
I need to get off my phone. I'll be right out of my mic in a minute.
All right. But yeah, go ahead, Charles. Tell you what you feeling. I know you need to vent.
Real talk. Yeah. I just want to fight everybody. I want to fight everybody on the Nets and the Bucks right now. we don't have to brawl, but just a quick 1v1, 30 seconds each. You know what I'm saying? Giannis can run me my 30. Joe Harris can run me my 30. Steve Nash can run my 30. Pretty much everybody just run me my 30. I don't like the NBA right now.
Yeah.
If I see anybody, if I see anything related to the NBA, I want to fight somebody.
Oh my! Hold on, let me read the super chat, bro. Somebody said people asking KD to carry is just weird. Shout out Flame. He said people asking the KD to carry is just weird. Our team was built around 3 stars, which we traded our depth for. Take away 2 of our stars, we have 0 depth and just KD. It's not fair to ask him to win like that. Yes, Flame. Shout out to Flame. I agree with you, bro. Like a lot of people think KD's the best player in the world. He's supposed to do this. It's like. Basketball doesn't work like that. I mean, and even with KD's supposed to carry, it's like you're still supposed to have somebody else that could score, or shot create. Like I said, the only shot creator on this team besides KD is Mike James. You know what I'm saying? Well, without our stars, you know what I'm saying? And our team is built it's a system. Our team is built on the stars. It's top heavy, and we don't have much depth. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you're asking KD to beat 3 All-Stars of a number 3 seed Bucks team, 3 All-Stars with just Bruce Brown, Joe Harris, and Tyler Johnson. That's not gonna work.
MVP too.
You know? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? It's not really realistic. It's not really realistic. I'm not saying we can't beat them next game, but I'm just saying that it's hard. It's gonna be a tough,
So much has to go right for that to happen, though.
Yeah. Like I said, a lot of things gotta go right in Game 5 to if just KD's gonna be out there. Like I said, Joe Harris gotta have 20, Jeff gotta have 20, You know, it's gonna have to be Blake's gonna have 18. Like it's gonna have to be like that.
Yeah, bro. Like,
you know,
look at all of our players and ask me if you genuinely have faith. Look at Joe Harris' performance. Look at KD's performance. Look at Blake's performance in these first 2 games. Yeah. And like, do you really have everybody? Do you really have faith in us stealing a game at home?
Yeah.
If they're playing like this.
Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, it's
Yo, AJ, can you hear me?
Yeah, you sound better now, bro.
All right, cool. I went under my mic and my laptop because I was on my phone.
Yeah, you sound a lot better. And the officiating tonight, bro. I mean, like I said, I don't like to make excuses, but the officiating was really bad, bro. Like they got Kyrie hurt. Like there was no flagrant foul, nothing foul on that call. Like that was really shocking to me when they called nothing on that. And a lot of PJ Tucker, I seen a lot of fouls that they just let go. You know what I'm saying? A lot of fouls they just let go. And it was just weird. It was just weird how it was like Adam Silver really called tonight. He really called in tonight. The other games he didn't call it, but this game he really called in. He really called in tonight. Oh,
bro, Giannis should have had 4 fouls by the end of the first half.
Yeah, bro, that was a foul on Kyrie, bro.
That you try on the Tatum thing when when KD accidentally was in Tatum's landing space.
Yeah.
You call that a flagrant foul, but you don't call a foul at all when Giannis basically got Kyrie hurt.
Yeah,
Not saying he meant to, but he got him hurt. He was in his land. He looked at him, went for the rebound, and Kyrie landed completely on his foot.
And people are saying he's trying to box out. It's like you can't. First of all, Kyrie's in the air, so it's like you can't undercut him in the air and try to box him out. Like you gotta let him land and then go for he was in the air and just try to go
who
under.
are you boxing out, bro?
Yeah,
and then you're 7 foot. You're trying to box what do you mean, bro? You don't even have to box Kyrie out. He is 6'2". Like, what do you mean?
Yeah, even if it wasn't on purpose, he should have got a foul because they call that every time.
Yeah, it should have been at least a flagrant.
They call that all the time.
At least a flagrant one. I'm not saying ejection.
A flagrant for that one.
I'm not saying ejection, but a flagrant one at least. A flagrant one at least.
At least, bro.
At least. You know what I'm saying?
If you're going to call a flagrant one on KD for accidentally landing in Jason Tatum's landing space, when Tatum didn't even get hurt, he was perfectly fine. He got right up.
That's what I said. I've seen lesser.
Kyrie Irving, we have fear of not having Kyrie next game because of what happens.
Yeah, I've seen lesser. That's what I'm saying. I've seen lesser plays been called flagrants. That's why I was confused. But this whole game was like really weird officiating. That's what I'm saying. It was just really weird. Somebody said that was a dirty play. Shout out T. Ahmed. Somebody said, bro, I want to win. Somebody said it was a dirty play no matter what, it was intentional or not. So out of character for Joe Harris. I expect better from him. Yeah, Joey's just disappointing. Joe is disappointing. Very disappointing. Like I said,
Bernie Harris, bro. Bernie Harris.
Yeah, like KD needed help this game, and we saw nothing from Joe. Nothing. Like I said, Joe kind of looks scared to shoot. Like I said, everybody just looks scared to shoot. I don't know why everybody like KD's getting right. Like, okay, PJ Tucker's fronting KD, right? KD back doors. They're still double teaming KD from the backside. It's like, bro, drive. Go to be aggressive. Don't just stand there and force a pass.
And also, granted, KD is getting fouled every second that he's not getting called. I mean, he's not getting calls.
Yeah, it's like you can't just stand there and force the ball to KD. Like you got to be aggressive. You got to these guys are acting like they can't play basketball at all. Like, you know what I'm saying? So
and it's like, bro, with Joe Harris, like how much is he getting? Like how much? Like 70 mil, 80 mil for like his
15,
whole contract.
Oh shoot, he's getting at least 10 million, 15 million.
Isn't it like 75?
15 a year.
Isn't it like 75 mil?
Yeah,
throughout the whole thing.
He's getting like 15 a year, I think.
So like it's like you're getting paid to do one thing, and you're shooting like 40 plus percent from the field.
That's why it's worse when he shoots bad. Like that's why it's really bad. Like it's extra bad when he shoots bad, bro, because that's your only job. I mean, like he can finish sometimes. He's gotten better throughout the season at laying the ball up, but it's really bad when you're not hitting threes because that's your main. That's really the only you can't play defense. You're not a good playmaker, and you're getting looks, bro. You're just that shit clanking.
Bro,
it's either he's afraid to shoot or he just doesn't make it. And what pisses me off is if he's not falling, he just gets fried on defense, and he doesn't put the effort on defense, bro.
Yeah, and it's like every time I seen like somebody else try to score, like Joe Harris had a layup, they would miss a layup, or they would just lose the ball. Bruce Brown losing the ball, fumbling the ball. I'm like, bro, what is it? It's like, well, what happened? You forgot how to play basketball, y'all? Like, what's going on? You know, I know KD's like, you know, the best player and stuff, but like, you can't like I said, you're asking him to play with to defeat 3 All-Stars, a good Bucks team, and nobody else is doing anything. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't work like that. Basketball is not run like that. You know what I'm saying? It's a team game. We all know it's a team game.
Well, we get it, like you specialize in 3-point percentage, but bro, like it's still a whole game, other half of the game you need to play at. And if your shot's not falling, at least put most of your effort on defense. This man can't even guard a leaf.
Yeah.
Like, bro, you're like, oh my god.
Somebody said, should DJ get minutes? Yes, I think. Like I said, and we've got to talk about Nash here because Nash failed us too tonight. I know he only had 1 star, but like I said, we've seen the rookie coach fall apart when when Kyrie went down. Like I said, he didn't play Blake Griffin at how many minutes did Blake Griffin tonight? The last time we saw Blake Griffin was early in the 3rd quarter, and he didn't play the rest of the game. I don't know if he's hurt. Did they ask him? Rage, check the Twitter, see if Blake is hurt, because the beginning of the 3rd quarter, that's the last time I saw Blake, and then the rest of the game I didn't see Blake.
So I'm like 25 minutes.
Yeah, I'm like, how Steve Nash? What are you like? Are you high? What's going on, Steve? Like, we need Blake here.
I'm done with Steve Nash, bro.
I'm like, we need Blake here, bro. And then the Mike James thing, right? It's like Mike James only played. I should have seen 40 minutes from Mike James tonight, not 20. You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. I literally saw Joe Harris bringing up the ball in the beginning of the 4th quarter. And I'm like, all right, what's going on here? I'm like,
what the hell?
I saw Bruce Brown bring up the ball tonight. Yo, I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, what's going on? I'm like, yo,
what happens?
There's no point guard. There's no point guard. Huh?
Yo.
Oh no! I said go check Twitter, see if Blake is hurt, because Nash didn't play in the whole.
Blake's good. Blake's good.
Yeah, the last time I saw Blake Griffin was in the 3rd quarter. I thought he got hurt because Blake was not there the whole rest of the game and after the 3rd quarter. Like the beginning of the 3rd is the last time I saw Blake. I didn't see Blake anywhere after that. So I'm like, well, what's going on? You know what I'm saying? And, it's good, Saint. Did you watch the game, Saint?
Yeah.
So.
Sure did. I'm like kind of online with like Chubbs, where it's like I'm depressed. First of all,
yeah, we all are, of course.
I'm depressed, and it's like, but if you press up on me and start talking some shit, I'm gonna want to fight you. That's where I'm at. Like I deliberately didn't bag on my friends at work so hard because I had in the back of my head of karma. I'm a real proponent of karma.
Yeah.
Like talk your shit, and then sometimes it opens the door for. I'm real into that. Like whatever energy you put out is what you get back.
Yeah.
I've always been that type of person, but. I was like, okay. I'm like, okay, this is going to be a close game.
Yeah.
And as soon as seeing that man go down, it was like back to like one of our other thoughts we used to have when we talked earlier, where it's like, dude, it's just like the b-ball gods do not want us. Like,
yeah, it's cursed. It's like we're cursed. It's like we're cursed.
Oh man, I don't know what it is, but it's like, I mean.
And it's like asking
what's going
with like people thinking like Katie could carry. It's like his supporting this team is not built like that. Like I see, our team is built. Our team is not built with that.
I gotta go off on that for a minute there. Like I was reading Discord, and then I could just tell in general, like the way people were talking was like, it's like, let's be fucking real.
Yeah.
And you guys alluded to it. We had 2 superstars and the most perfect bench you could have had with those guys.
Yeah.
And we got rid of every one of those pieces and had a few left over that let's be honest, they are all role players. None of them are starters. Blake is not a starter. Harris is not a starter.
Yeah.
Brown, none of the players that we have outside of the big 3, in my opinion.
And to add on to that,
starters.
They're not shot creators either. They can't create their own shots. No one can create their own shot. No one.
We had like the deepest bench in basketball. In my opinion, we had that. So if we still had them, then Katie could he could absolutely do it. But
I wouldn't feel so bad that you could weather the storm by losing Kyrie. Because honestly, if you're telling me that pre-Harden trade, Kyrie goes, let's just say the scenario plays out the same, and you've got Kyrie goes down, that means you still got LeVert, you still got a handful of those guys, you still have defensive depth. I mean, you've got, and whether you count Dinwiddie or not, you know, that's one thing, but it's like you still have a ton of depth behind Kyrie that can come in and step up. And in this certain situation, we do not. And then it was like watching Discord people automatically go from, hey, you just arguably lost your second best player that was in there. And then all of a sudden you want to start capping on fucking Joe Harris and Blake or this or that. Like, it's like, I've always talked about it, and if anybody has been in here long enough to always remember what I say, it's like our expectations of these role players are way too fucking high. And it's like you cannot, like, yes, are there times they need to step up and they've had bad games and they could have played better? 100%. Joe Harris is one of them. But at the same token, it's like look at those guys and then honestly ask yourself, would those guys be starters? And do you expect them to be able to give KD exactly what he needs to carry and win this series?
Yeah.
And if you say yes, then you really don't know basketball and you really don't know players' abilities. Like, it's just... this is what happens when you get bit by the basketball gods and you don't have a good supporting cast. It's just...
Yeah.
But I'm gonna just say, here's the thing: like, as we get it, our role players are not what they are without our stars. But at the end of the day, this is a professional sport.
Of course.
Joe Harris, in my opinion, should have at least stayed aggressive.
I totally don't disagree with you.
Granted, he bricked, but bro, like, keep chucking. You are a shooter.
Of course.
Shoot the ball. I don't care if he bricked, air ball. I would have lived with him just straight up. Just keep shooting, because when you catch fire, you make us better. And Joe has just shrinked in big moments.
Of course, and I'm not defending it. I'm agreeing with you 100%. But again, ask yourself: no Kyrie, no Harden. Can this group do it with KD? Even if they're hitting, no, they can't.
Yeah.
I'm not defending Joe Harris. I'm not defending anybody. I'm just telling you, I don't care if his name's Mike James, Joe Harris, Shamit, Blake Griffin. I don't give a fuck who it is. Even if that group is playing at the best of their ability, it's still a question mark whether we win or not. Yeah. Like, there's no way. I'm sorry. There's just no way you're doing that with... you know, and like KGT, like some of these guys, like say, I'm like a Joe.
Let me respond to KGT. Let me respond to KGT. Like, he's talking about LeBron.
They're so whacked out.
Yeah,
bro.
He's talking about LeBron lost to the Warriors in 2015 after Kai and Kevin Love went down. I didn't fry LeBron for that. I didn't criticize LeBron for going down when his stars went down. I felt bad for LeBron, honestly. I didn't say, oh, LeBron's this, LeBron's that. I didn't fry him, so I don't know what KGT's talking about. He's saying people...
But people are saying I'm defending Joe, and if they're not listening to what I'm saying, I'm basically telling you that the whole team, and we all agreed, if you look at the last two games as our role players as a whole, nobody's had a good game. Nobody's had a good game. But people want to concentrate on one character just in particular because... it's their favorite whipping post. And I'm telling you, even if Joe Harris was hitting, even if Blake was hitting, even if these guys were playing better than they have, because you have to agree that Mike James has been spotty as hell, Shamit's been non-existent, Joe Harris has been non-existent, Blake had 2 good games in the beginning and then has relatively somewhat disappeared. He's doing the best he can in some degrees. But outside of that, nobody that's come in outside of KD and Kyrie. Yeah, Tyler Johnson. Where's he been? Nobody has been stepping up except our big 2 at the moment. Nobody has. But people want to concentrate on one individual. And if you want to take that as an apologist, then that's your own bag, and you can go with that toxic negativity. I don't give a shit. I just look at it as a whole, as our team. We're not playing great basketball all around. And our role players. And then you have Kyrie go out today. What do you expect when the team as a whole, outside of those guys, has not been playing well? What do you expect to happen? You really expect these guys to give you numbers?
And the Bucks are firing on all cylinders.
Thank you. Like, I'm sorry. Like, you could say whatever you want about my opinion on a player. It's just like the same thing when Kyrie or KD or any other fan of an individual doesn't do well. You know, people make excuses or this and that, but this is basketball. Shit happens. Like, people are going to have games where they don't play well, and they're going to have stretches of games that don't play well. Yeah. And if you haven't seen that, then you haven't been watching enough basketball, and you're just in it for the superstar ride and expect it to be like gravy all the time. And that's just not how basketball is all the time.
Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? And like I said, it's not a 2K game. Like, KD you can't just turn on a button and KD score 50 points and win and beat 3. You know, it's not like that. You know what I'm saying? There's defense, there's strategy, and you give like the Bucks are playing good defense. They're good. Like I said, they're one of the best defensive teams in basketball. One of the best 3-point shooting teams in basketball. So it's like you gotta like understand like there's strategies, there's defensive schemes. Like you can't just like, oh, KD can score 50 and carry. Like it's not like that. It doesn't work like that, y'all.
We did talk about the Bucks saying they are a complete team that plays together. I mean,
even if KD had 40 today, we still probably would lose. You know what I'm saying? Because nobody was really. You know what I'm saying? It's like you still need help at the end of the day. Even if he had 50 today, it's like we probably still would lose. So
and you gotta prepare for something like that. I'm pretty sure
you can't turn off injuries.
Yeah,
I'm pretty sure he wasn't like ready for Kyrie to just go out like that, and then you expect him to just adjust, like, you know, like no.
And let's be honest, the refs were literally letting the Bucks beat the shit out of KD tonight with zero fucking calls. They literally, every time that man went down, he was getting bodied up, beat up, slapped on hands, like
a lot of fouls were just let go.
A lot of fouls, like, and then you're expecting a guy that's getting beat up, and the refs are not calling it, not protecting a player as they should be, like they are on Giannis and all the other guys, but yet they're not. And then you expect him to score 50, 60 points and then make up for, I'm just going to say it, a shitty bench. I mean, I love some of the players on our team.
No, you're right, though.
I do love Harris. I do love Mike James. I've come to love Blake Griffin, but like, let's just be honest, they're not fucking that great.
No, we knew our bench was shitty, bro. We knew like
first options if I was putting a bench together.
Yeah, we knew our bench was shitty, bro. We knew our bench was shitty from the beginning, because like whenever Steve Nash put the second unit in, like with no stars, we just saw the effects. Like, it's really bad. Like, it's really bad.
It is bad, dude. And every time you saw it all year after the Harden trade, every time one of those big dudes went out, we were like, oh, shit.
That's what I'm saying. All year, we've seen this. All year, like, the second unit comes in, and it's just other team just starts going crazy. You know, it's like, it's bad, bro. It's very, very bad. So it's not new.
I don't know why people are so blown out of their expectations of what they think these players are capable of and what they can do. It just is beyond me. I do not think our role players are that great. They are good in some respects. I saw somebody, the role players are good. Yeah. They are good in some respects. They're more specialty type players, but let's be real. When the big guys sit down, our bench is not great.
Yeah. It's not good.
But here's the thing. That gets fixed with genuine coaching.
Do people honestly think Landry Shamet and Tyler Johnson are going to step up in clutch moments?
But here's the thing. That gets fixed with coaching.
Yeah, you're right. Chubbs is right. Chubbs is right. He's right.
Have a tree branch as a coach.
Yeah.
A straight Woodstock tree branch looking. He just
I'm saying.
There.
He's a first-year coach. Like I said,
just claps his hands.
The good coaches, right? That's why I said the best coaches in the NBA can make something out of nothing. And Steve Nash is not one of those coaches. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, it's his first year. He doesn't know what to do. So it's like,
which is why I wish we never got rid of Kenny Atkinson.
Yeah, the best coaches.
Man took role players and turned them into a 7th, 8th seed.
Yeah, those are the best coaches to me. The coaches that have the role players and are 5th seed, role players the whole year, and are 6th seed or 5th seed. Those are the best coaches to me. You know what I'm saying?
Why do you think? Yeah, exactly. Why do you think the Knicks did as well as they did?
Yeah, and Steve Kerr, even Steve Kerr's teams, like his team got exposed. His team, after all his stars went down, you seen him coaching struggles. You know, so it's like,
I'm saying, bro, after game 2, so many adjustments could have been made. Like minutes could be adjusted because players weren't playing that great, and like certain players could have just played here or here. Like Break should have got minutes at the 4. I would have loved to play DJ at the 5 to grab more rebounds.
Yeah, DJ should have been in this game, bro. At least give the team some type of new energy. Like, come on, son. Give the team some type of new energy.
In my opinion, Joe Harris minutes should have been reduced since game 3. Like, that 1 for 11, okay, let's dock your minutes down and see how you do here, because it's clear you're not that great in those minutes. Let's see how you just progress through the game.
Yeah.
And playing KD and Kyrie like 45 and 40 minutes every single game.
Yeah.
Well, and then it asks that question, too. You just said, like, would have starting Shamet over Harris been that much different or worse? No, it wouldn't have. Because they're virtually playing,
exactly the same.
They're virtually playing exactly the same. Yeah. So what if you did mix it up and you put Shamet in, or you put in...
Yeah.
But again, it's one of those things where you have expectations, and yes, we've seen these players play good, but have any of these players really... They've all been spotty at best the whole year.
Yeah. Somebody said we need Harden, but yeah, is it panic time now? Is it like Harden has to come back, or else? Like, you guys think that, or do you think that Steve Nash could give him one more game and bring him back game 6? 3?
Can I give you my 2 takes on possibilities of us winning this?
Yeah.
One, we have to win the next game.
Yeah.
And I don't know if that is going to be with Kyrie or not. I don't think Harden's coming in the next game. So you either have to win the next game with Kyrie or out Kyrie. I think if we go to the Bucks, we lose against the Bucks. I honestly don't think Harden will be available until game 7, in my opinion. So what I'm hoping is that we win the next game. We most likely or possibly lose, depending on if Kyrie... This is a big if. If Kyrie doesn't come back, I don't think he's... at all costs win game 5.
And God forbid, I don't think he's going to... Like I said, I've played sports before. I played basketball before. So it's like the level of sprain that I saw Kyrie got, it wasn't like a little sprain, y'all. Like that is going to be swollen.
That was bad. That was bad.
Like I said, that's going to be swollen. And he's only given what's the next game? Tuesday?
Yeah, so
Tuesday. So he has
like 2.5 days at most.
I'm saying he has a day and a half to basically a swollen ankle. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's gonna be swollen. They're gonna have to ice it. The most I can think he can come back is game 6. You know, that's when I think Kyrie can come back. Game 6. But
and
you know what I'm saying?
That's why I'm saying, like, my thought is like we're most likely gonna face game 5 without Harden or Kyrie, and that's a must win. If we win that, we have a very good chance of still winning the series. Game 7, Kyrie or Harden's back. Because, like, let's just say Kyrie's done for the series and Harden comes back, say game 7, and we probably lose. Let's just say we lose game 6, and then we go back to Brooklyn for game 7 and Harden can play. That, to me, is realistic. I think we could still win the series.
Yeah.
But like Chubbs was saying it earlier when we were talking, it's just like a lot of things are going to have to go right for game 5 for us to win.
A lot.
a lot without Kyrie or Harden, and that's just the reality.
It's a very like big task. It's like almost a miracle of a task to ask, you know, like I said, KD and these guys to beat 3 All-Stars and the Bucks. You know what I'm saying? Like it's very, very, very it's tough. I'm not saying we can't do it, though. I'm not saying we can't do it. I'm not saying we can't do it. I think we can do it if, like, everybody focuses in and our role players step up. But, like I said, everything has to go right in that game, in game 5.
It does. Yeah. It does. I mean, right now we are... I think if you were in a submarine, you'd be hearing that red alert right now. Like you have to be like if you're not concerned, if you're not concerned about right now, then
this is
you are a little delusional.
I'm gonna lie, Nets Nation, I am concerned. This is concern time. I try to stay calm.
If you have a siren sound you can play right now would be a good fucking time.
I try to stay calm for these streams, but deep down inside, it's concern time. I'm not gonna hold y'all. This is really concerning. Let me read some comments Somebody said, yo, Nets Station will win in 6 if Nash can just coach properly. Yeah, I mean, like I said, it's a lot of things got to go right. Coaching has to be on point. Role players got to shoot. I know KD's going to be KD. You know what I'm saying? I'm not worried about KD. He's gonna do what he's got to have to do. He's going to have 40, whatever he's going to have to do. But it's just the role players and the coaching which is going to matter for game 5. You know what I'm saying?
But are they going to keep letting them beat them up, though? Because it seems like they've let them do that the whole fucking series.
Is it the same refs? I think like these refs were different.
I don't know, man.
it's Scott Foster and what's his name, Tony Brothers. They changed it for this game. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's weird. That's what I'm saying. I don't know. I thought these refs are going to be changed when they go back to Brooklyn. If it's the same refs, I don't know. I'm not sure. But they are like I said, they're letting a lot of fouls just go. Like I said, they let that flagrant on Kyrie go. The Giannis foul. They let that foul go. Like, that was really super shocking to me. You know what I'm saying? That was a flagrant one. You know what I'm saying? I've seen less in the NBA playoffs. Like I said, we've seen KD fall on Tatum accidentally and get a flagrant. So it's like, how is that not a flagrant? You know?
Yeah, man.
He's in the air. He can't land. He's in the air after the shot already is up on the rim, and he's in the air, and you come under him and push him. You know, so it's like, It's just, things that make you go,
Tell me if y'all can hear this.
Yeah. It's always us, bro.
Somebody said, yo, we need DJ.
That's what I hear.
For real.
That's what I hear right now inside my head.
This is the sirens. We need the police sirens right now.
We just blew this team out by 50.
Yeah, man.
And now Kyrie's out. Mm-hmm. Our sharpshooter who's shooting 40-something% can't hit a three to save his life now. Yeah. Most of our role players disappeared, and now the refs are just G in our heads, just basically bullying KD the whole game, and then no calls.
Yeah.
I don't see how we can win Game 5 at the moment. Yeah.
I think KD will adjust, though. I think he will adjust to the calls. I think he'll find a way to adjust. Because, like I said, I've seen KD been pushed to the limit like this, and he adjusts. Like I said, remember that Clippers series with Patrick Beverley? And Patrick Beverley was playing him just like kind of Patrick Beverley was playing like this. I think he will, and he had like 50 the next game. I think he will adjust. I believe in KD. He will adjust. But it's like I'm not worried about KD going to be scoring. I'm not worried about that. I'm worried about like the role players and coaching. That's what I'm worried about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because
Joe Harris is just untrustworthy right now.
These basketball games,
I don't trust him. I do not.
Yeah, like
I'm sorry, I don't trust Joe Harris.
I know at this point I don't trust anybody. I don't like. You can say you're sorry all you want, but like I don't trust anybody at this point because, quite honestly, outside of KD and Kyrie, nobody was playing good at all. And that's why I said in the beginning of this thing, like right now, nobody's playing good. So if you're not concerned or you're not like, I'm very concerned. There's no way. Like Joe's not playing well. Yeah. Nobody's playing well. Blake, in the beginning, the first two games, everybody was happy. We were all fucking... We had no complaints about anybody, but all of a sudden, after game 2, everybody's suspect, dude. Yeah. Everybody is not playing well at all. Everybody looks like they're running around again. Even with KD and Kyrie in the last 2 games, offense was not that fluent. It's like people, like, they were acting like they never played together. None of the shots were dropping. Yeah. It's like, you can't, I mean, I'm worried about everybody. I mean, and KD, I mean, what are you going to do with KD? Because, are you going to try and set screens for KD? Mm-hmm. Are you going to line KD play one-on-one? You saw a little bit of it both tonight, and the Bucks still were able to get away with a ton of shit on them. Yeah. And you can tell KD's doing everything he can, and you can see him visibly, like...
tired.
The last 2 games, I don't think I've ever seen KD either that frustrated or that tired.
Yeah. He's playing a lot of minutes. Like I said, I barely saw him sit down today. But it's like, I know these games are 100-point games, so it's like somebody else got to, even if KD has 50 in game 5, somebody else got to score. You know, somebody else. These guys are scoring 100 or whatever, 100 points, 80 points. Like, KD can't have 80 points, y'all. Somebody got to score.
AK-17, 718 just said it. Like, who's scoring when KD sits right now?
That's what I'm saying.
Valid question. And then on top of that, we're overplaying the same people over and over and over again. So you're going to have to deal with these dudes getting worn down. Yeah. I mean, at some point, Blake's going to, like... why isn't DJ even in at this point, even for a role playing?
I was surprised.
If you're not going to start him, why is he not even coming in at some point? Like,
why did Mike James Mike James had 20 minutes? Like, Mike James only play 20 minutes tonight. I'm like, what? He's our second best. Like, after Kyrie, he's the only guy who can score on his own. He's the only person who can score on his own.
Or set people up. Yeah, he's the only other player.
So it's like, why is he not playing? I don't get that.
If y'all see what we have as coach, that should just explain everything.
He literally had Joe Harris.
I agree.
I literally watched Joe Harris and Bruce Brown bring up the ball today in the 4th quarter, and I'm like, what is going on? Why is Joe Harris and Bruce Brown bringing up the ball? What's going? Why they're not point guards? Like they're not point guards.
Hey, but I do gotta like come at age TV real quick because he was trying to defend Steve Nash. Now do you see why we all hate this motherfucker? Now do you see why we don't trust this dude, or why he is like why this man gets no credit? I mean, it just shows you that without the star players, this dude still doesn't know how to coach.
Yeah.
And that's why we kept saying like really, he's just there. He makes a couple calls here and there, and you're like, okay, that's good, but...
Yo, AGTV said DJ slept with someone's wife. That's why he's not playing. I had the same feeling, bro. I think he did something to Steve, bro. He had to do something to Steve.
Steve is like he's officially like trash. Like we gave him chances like throughout the whole season. Like we was, I remember at the beginning we would say, oh well, maybe he's new, so like he'll adjust as the season goes on, and now we're in the second round.
Yeah.
And one of the main reasons we don't think that we're going to win the next game is because of his coaching. So he's officially a trash coach. There is no like he might have a good game somewhere, but it's not up for debate. It's not up for discussion. He's not a good coach. Yeah. He's a trash coach.
You know what the defense of that will be by some people or announcers or even some people in the Nets organization is, well, no other coaches had to deal with this amount of injuries, and look at the many different 30, almost we're up to 40 different type of starting lineups. Like what he's had to deal with as a coach, he needs to be applauded that he got them this far. Like you're going to hear that kind of stupid shit.
Bro, look at Frank Vogel. Like he had two of his star players in a two-player system go down, and his team was still winning games.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Granted, they do have a better bench.
They do have a better bench. Yeah,
they do have a much better bench than we do, let's be honest.
Somebody said we're looking way too small. Yeah, you got to insert somebody. Like I said, insert some life. DeAndre Jordan would give us some life. Give us some life. Give us some type of lob threat, another offensive threat. Because now it's not about defense no more. It's about, because now if it's just KD out there in Game 5, we got to put people out there that can score. You know what I'm saying? And we're not going to be able to like stay with the Bucks if it's just KD.
They need oriented. Some plays to run, bro. Like there needs to be some structure, bro. They got to have a good game plan. Like like if we really did have a good coach, bro. I think we'd have a way better chance of taking it.
Honestly, if I'm the Bucks right now, all I got to do is double. All I'm doing is doubling KD. Like if I'm the Bucks right now, I'm not even gonna let KD touch the ball. Like I'm just gonna double him.
But when KD ISOs, I really just genuinely. I mean, I know he's a killer, but I don't feel like that's always because that's what he wants to do. I think they just really like. I think that they just don't be running like. They don't drill no plays or nothing in practice. Like I feel like there's just no game plan. I feel like Steve Nash is just like, hey, do what you want to do.
Yeah,
well, that's what happens when you rely on the big three, and then you expect them to carry you, and without two of them or even one of them, I'm beginning to think we ain't doing shit unless we get a better bench.
And then if KD don't ISO, it's like at that point, if we have no game plan, like fuck yeah, I'm like shoot every shot at that point. Because if we not running no plays and we not getting like a high percentage shot or getting somebody open, and the possession is most likely going to be an ISO anywhere or somebody else with not the same score, not the same scoring ability, like trying to make a shot. Like you might as well just let him ISO the shit. So I don't even be thinking that's his fault. Like,
and it's like when he ISOs, it's like. Nobody does anything. Everybody just stands there and watches. Nobody cuts, nobody screens, nobody shoots or flashes to the ball. Like, yo, KD, I'm open.
No structure.
Nobody does anything. They just stand there and watch KD. Like, you people got to move and cut. So, like, he has like no one. Who was he gonna pass to if everybody's just standing there? Like, cut to the basket, make a cut, screen somebody, get somebody open in the back. Like, get Joe Harris open, do something. But people just when he posts up, it's like. Everybody just sits there and watches him. Like, you got to help him too. You know what I'm saying? Because he'll pass, he'll find you if you're open. You know what I'm saying? And there's a couple times he found people, but like I said, Joe Harris was missing shots. Joe Harris was missing layups. Bruce Brown was missing layups. I saw Jeff Green miss a couple layups. So it's like, people got to understand. It's like you can't just do it on your own.
To be the scorer, or to be like arguably like best scorer of all time, like. For him to pass, like for him, he's got to be the least selfish scorer, of all time. Like he don't care about passing that shit. That's why he fits into. That's why he can fit into every system. You know, so it's like, yeah, if somebody's open, he will pass that shit. Like, no, nigga, he don't care.
Yeah. He don't. Like I said, I've seen games where KD was by himself and had 10, 13 assists. Like, he can do it, but it's just that he has to run the point guard. He can play make. KD can play make, but it's like I said, if people are missing shots and people are scared to shoot, it's there's no point. You got to just shoot. You got to just take it. You just got to shoot. You know what I'm saying?
And here, I mean, you think about what we're facing, what the Nets are facing as a team. It's like, especially the big three to carry everything. It's like you're basically asking a team that has had multiple injuries throughout the whole season with, we can all agree, not a great coach, should not have been a first-year team.
Yeah.
And then you're add in the inconsistent bench, and you're putting bench players in starting positions and expecting them to be top-tier starters.
Yeah.
Like, you're already behind the gun, and I don't care if you have arguably the three best players in the league right now, or at least the top 5. If you have 3 of them, I still don't care how good they are. That if you don't have a good coach and you don't have players that can be around them when they sit, or even be relied upon to be consistent to some degree, to either do a proper pick, do a proper play, call a good inbounds, or recognize when you should pass the ball instead of trying to take it up against a 7-footer and lay it up. Like, if you can't do all of those things, I don't care how good those players are, you are going to be fighting behind the ball all the time. And the times that we've always seen it work or be the games that we want to see where we're just firing on all cylinders is when the bench is participating and hitting their shots. Right. And again, you're just not going to see that consistently. That's the only time we've really just destroyed teams, is when everything is kind of clicking. And that is quite honestly not happened as often as we would like this year.
Yeah.
And that's even with the big three having good games. How many times have we seen the one or two of the big guys like score and win the game, but then you look at the stat line and everybody else was just like non-existent? You can't do that in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Regular season it works, but playoffs you can't get away with.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't get away with it.
Like I said, these guys are all playing hard.
For 11, like you just can't afford to do that.
Yeah, you can't.
You can't do
1 for 11. You can't do 1 for 11, bro. And it's not like I don't. How many shots did Joe Harris take today?
So today I'm looking at the stats.
Yeah.
Joe Harris was 3 for 8, 2 for 6. Blake Griffin was 3 for 8, 1 for 4.
3 for 8. Like I said, like you got to take
Brown
more. Like I'm not. It's not that I don't want Joe Harris. It's not like I don't want Joe Harris shooting. I want him to shoot. He looked scared to shoot. That was my problem. Like, you're the shooter.
The whole team looked like
yeah.
The whole team looked really scared, because if you look at everybody's shooting field goal percentage was roughly the same. Joe Harris 3.8, Blake Griffin 3.8, Bruce Brown 3.5, Jeff Green 2 for 4, played 26 minutes. I know he's just coming back. I get it. Yeah. Mike James 2 for 6. Claxton was 2 for 2, but he was only in for 12 minutes. Yeah. Shamet was 2 for 3. He was probably the most out of those, but he only played 11 minutes.
Yeah.
And then the rest of the guys just came in for garbage. But
like I said, this small ball thing, like I think Steve Nash got to go. You got to go away from it. If you're not gonna have Kyrie and Harden, we can't do this. You got to scrap you got to crumple up the paper of small ball and you got to throw it out the window, because it's like I don't think that's gonna work with the Bucks now. You know what I'm saying? Small ball's all fine and good. Yeah, they're all good with Jeff.
We need Jeff Green and Blake at the 4 now. Yeah, you can't afford to go small no more.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. The small ball's all fine and dandy when Joe Harris and Kyrie and KD are in, but when those guys, like I said, Kyrie's out, we have to look at this a different way. You got to look at this a different way. You know what I'm saying? So what's your all starting lineups next game? If no KD and no Kyrie and no Harden, what would you guys like to see start?
It's so crazy. I can't even start DJ because I know Nash isn't going to play him.
DMP, DJ, aka DMP.
So I'm gonna go Mike James.
Right.
Mike James, Bruce Brown, KD, Jeff Green, and Blake Griffin.
All right. Damn, yeah, that's tough. I think the third quarter lineup that I saw tonight, like right after the half, I like that. I think it was. Did he put Jeff at the 5 or did he put Jeff at the 4? I think he put Jeff at the 5, right? Yeah, he put Jeff at the 5. I think he put Mike James, KD. Was it Tyler Johnson? No, Bruce Brown. I'm trying to think who else.
It was Tyler Johnson. Tyler Johnson was in there with Bruce Brown.
Oh no, I can't do that.
KD was at the 4.
I don't think I could do that. I'd rather have Shimmitt than Tyler Johnson. Let me know in the chat right now. Who's y'all starting 5?
Tyler Johnson is so useless, man.
Yeah, I don't want.
What has he done all series?
I'd rather have Shimmitt than
Bro, like, oh my god.
Let me know y'all lineup.
Not gonna lie. For the right package, I will be willing to trade some pieces if it comes to the right under the right conditions.
Somebody said Mike James, Joe Harris, KD, Jeff Green, and Blake. What y'all think about that? Mike James, Joe Harris, KD, Jeff Green, and Blake. I feel like we should see DJ, man. I feel like we need some lob energy. We need some DJ. We need some type of new.
Nash isn't gonna play him, man. That's why I can't start him. He's not gonna play him. He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
I think James would go on. Sorry, but
you got it.
No, I was just saying. I was just gonna say what your tag on that was. I think Mike James would be in there tossing lobs to DJ at least.
Yeah, we need some type of new.
I said my ideal starting lineup would be. You got it.
Go ahead, Rich.
I said my ideal starting lineup. If you start DJ, it's gonna my idea. If you actually use your brain and actually play DJ, like our only rebounding hope, is Mike James, Joe Harris, KD, Jeff Green, and DJ, or Blake and DJ.
Yeah,
it'll work either way.
Yeah.
Or if you don't want to start Harris, you can start Bruce Brown. But if you don't have Harden or Kyrie, you got. I think you kind of have to start Harris.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Gotcha.
I saw some guy just said, what was his name? Bubsy. Bubsy said we need Spencer. Yeah, we do, but I just read a report on my way home that said that Spencer will probably not be back at all this year.
Yeah, I don't think he's coming back.
That they're not going to clear him probably to come back at all.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to come back at all.
Yeah. And if anything, we see him in the finals, then who knows if we even make it that far? Because we still have another round to go through if we don't win this.
Yeah.
All right, if we win this.
Yeah, we're on the ropes right now, and we don't know because the next game is quite honestly the most crucial game for us. We don't win that.
That's a must win. That's a must win. Unless game
5 and 6 are must wins. If we have to win one or the other to at least stay alive. I mean, because it's we lose at home and then go to the Bucks. That's going to be brutal. If assuming we don't have Kyrie or Harden, there's no way.
Somebody said
update on Kyrie real quick.
What was the update?
Rachel Nichols said, I'm told Kyrie was in a walking boot and using crutches after spraining his ankle during today's Nets-Bucks game in Game 4. Steve Nash says that the x-rays on the ankle were negative and that Kyrie will go further testing and evaluation tomorrow.
Yeah, that's normal. The walking boot is normal. They usually do that with the sprained ankles.
And the crutches?
You probably can't put You probably can't put pressure on it,
so that you don't put more pressure on it. So that you
can't put pressure on it.
They don't know how severe it is. So,
like I said, from my basketball experience, the way he sprained that ankle is probably it's not going to be no 2-day thing. I think it's going to be at least, you know what I'm saying? At least 4 or 5 days. 4 days.
I'm calling it right now. Next game, we are not having Harden or Kyrie. Just not happening.
Yeah, from my basketball experience, I don't think.
Then you gotta play them both in Game 6, man. You gotta do it because I can't see us winning if we don't have those two guys.
Bro, I would just hate to lose to the Bucks, bro. They're so bro, we would be closing them out today, bro. If we either had Harden, we would be. I would just hate for them to win, and then. Giannis was saying at the end, it was because Rachel Nichols was like, what is this show for your team? He talking about it shows a lot. What do you mean it shows a lot? What do you mean? We saw clearly that this series, if we were healthy, we would have swept y'all. I didn't even think we could do that, but we would have swept y'all, bro. Y'all are not what y'all think y'all are, bro. To win, for them to win, shots. Because our players get injured, bro, is gonna make me so mad, bro. Because y'all are not like that.
No, they're basically going to say they played so well they beat the Nets. It's like, no, you beat the Nets. You beat the Nets without Harden, and then Kyrie went down in Game 4. That's why you won.
We were like a couple shots away from.
You're a good team.
Yeah.
You're a good team, but you didn't win by just by beating the big three, by beating us at full strength. You beat a injured team.
Yeah, we were a couple shots away from going up 3-0. Like I said, if Joe Harris made that bucket and Bruce Brown made that layup, we would have been up 3-0. You know what I'm saying? So a couple, like 2 shots away from going up 3-0.
It hurts, man. It hurts.
2 shots away.
I just want 30 seconds with Giannis. I just want 30 seconds with Giannis.
He's so nonchalant about the situation. Acting like he don't care about the situation, or like he didn't fuck up, and like, it's like, bro, be apologetic if you know you did something like that. But it's alright though, because I believe in that karma too. So shit, hopefully,
Watch the
on the subject. Yeah, because on the subject of karma, though, some people could say, hey, and you already know it's been floated, Kyrie should have never stepped on Lucky's head, and it happened to be the same ankle. People have been floating that shit. You know that's true. You don't want to go to karma, dude. That Ben Davis, or isn't that Ed Davis? Ed Davis put that
Big
out
Baby,
there.
Big Baby Davis.
Glenn
Davis, I'm sorry.
Glenn
Baby Davis already put that out there and fucking said this was karma for stepping on Lucky's head.
Nah, that's not even.
Who is Glenn Davis?
Man, fuck Lucky.
It's most common thing is him licking his lip, bro. What the fuck?
All right, Isaac. Good night.
Let me read
Isaac's
some.
out now.
Peace out, Isaac. Let me read some comments. Somebody said, "I hope the bus crash." Let's go. Let's hate on Giannis.
Yes, let's hate on Giannis.
Was it somebody? Nolan McCall said it was a different ankle. Brittany said not even the same foot. Ricky said we need 2 of the big 3 in at all times. AGTV said maybe Giannis twists his ankle next game. Somebody said
some people are saying he did hurt the same foot. He's twisted his right ankle, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Let me find a play on. It's probably on Sports right now.
Let me go see if I can find the.
I think it was the same. I think it was the same one. Yeah, I think it was the same one.
No, it's just it's bad luck.
Oh wait, it's not on here.
Maybe Giannis happens to get boxed. Maybe Giannis accidentally gets boxed out and he, twists his ankle.
One can only hope,
He's up in the air.
Nah, bro. I'm not gonna wish no injury, even if it's.
I'm not gonna wish no injury.
I ain't say that.
Kyrie stepped on the logo with his left ankle.
Oh, he did? Okay. Yeah, he's holding his right. He's holding his right. His right.
Yeah, he was holding his right. He stepped on the logo with his left ankle.
Yeah. He's holding his right ankle. Yeah. It's not much to say in that station. I mean, like, it's tough, man. We just gotta pray. That's all we can do. Like I said, right now as a Nets fan, you just gotta have pray. It's all about faith and prayer. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Look at this bitch ass dude flexing like he fire. Oh my gosh, bro. Oh my god.
It's either not our year, or we're being torn down to just have like one of the greatest like runs to win the chip for the year. You know what I'm saying? Like that's that you basically can look at it those two ways.
Yeah.
And roll with it. You either gotta have faith that say, hey, we're getting our asses kicked right now, people are going down.
Yeah.
We're gonna, we got this, we're stay ready, we'll come up with a new because the Nets have done that all year.
Yeah.
They've constantly battled adversity and kept coming up. Is this just another speed bump in the road? Mm. Or is it just not our year? And that's just, those are the two realities.
Yeah. Yeah, it hurts, man. It hurts. Like to go down like this, like saying, like if we got beat fair and square, I would like him. Like that's fine with me.
Except you can respect that shit.
Yeah, if we got beat fair and square, I respect that.
We lost 2 of our big 3, bro, and we gave up. And if we had the team we had before Harden, bro, we would have definitely swept y'all too. So it's like, we lost like if Harden isn't here, bro, the trade hurts us. Period. Like if he's not here, then we're basically down like 2-3 players. So it's like y'all are not beating us. you're not beating us at full strength, bro. And like from the looks of it, if it was any combination of our big three, bro. If it was any combination, y'all would get 3-1 or y'all would get swept. Like y'all are not 5, bro. Yeah. Y'all really aren't, bro. Y'all flexing and Giannis flexing and shit. Like, bro, you know, bro, you would get swept. You've barely made it out hasn't he never made it out the second round?
He made it out one time.
He's never made it.
He made it out one time. Then he lost to Kawhi.
Yeah, and it would have been the same thing this year, bro. Like, bro, stop, bro. Stop it, man. And y'all blew a 20-point lead.
Yeah, like I said, even with which is crazy is even with just KD, right? This Bucks team was supposed to smoke us by like 30, but it was only like a 10-point game in the fourth quarter. You know what I'm saying? So that's like, even with just KD and nobody else, it was literally still like 10-point game.
Yeah, y'all still struggle. And before, I was one of the people that thought that like the Bucks, even while we had full strength, I'm like I think they'll take 2 games. You know, I was saying that. But after this, it's like, bro, y'all would have got swept.
Yeah.
4-0, got swept. And if we had our previous bench, if we would have had our previous depth, bro, y'all would have got swept. The broom, nigga, the broom.
Bro, if you know what really pisses me off?
If you give us Spencer Dinwiddie, bro. If you give us Spencer Dinwiddie.
The broom.
Yes, they're frauds, bro. Y'all are not, bro.
Bro, it kills me because we might have a Bucks Sixers Eastern Conference Finals. And they've talked so much shit to us, bro. We would have smoked both of them. On God, we would have smoked both of them if healthy.
Yeah.
Chat saying stop playing the video.
Oh, sorry, man. I just left it up there.
I mean, we were talking earlier. It's frustrating that the fucking how much emphasis the NBA has put on calling either blockers, like if you're guarding a guy, you're coming over. Like they put so much emphasis on not getting underneath the player's shooting, and some of it is just part of the nature of going up for a shot or blocking it or coming in. Like it's just part of the game. Like it's always going to be there. Yeah. Like you're never going to get away somebody coming down and twisting their ankle on somebody else's foot, whether you're a defensive player or an offensive player. Like that will never stop happening. But you put so much emphasis on protecting the shooter, and it only seems to matter at the 3-point line that you don't recognize it anywhere else on the court.
And I want to be pissed if
it's pissed. Like that pisses me off. Where it's like you don't like. Yeah, I don't think Giannis did that intentionally, but a foul should have been called.
Flagrant, bro. That's a flagrant. Because he's not even. He has
a foul should have been called.
He can't even come down. He had no chance to come down because he was in the air. Like you can't come under him in the air. Like what kind of
His foot was right there. His foot was right there. He completely planted his foot on his.
He thought it was a groin shot. I'm like, bro, it looks like he literally it looks like he felt that. Like I don't know why he lying. I mean, I'm not saying it's intentional, but he talking about I thought I hit him in the groin or something. And it's like when Kyrie lands on his shit, you can kind of. Like, come on, like, bro, you knew, bro, and you didn't need to do that, bro. You are 7 foot. You are long as fuck. You are like really, bro. You are big as shit, bro. What are you doing? And then you acting like you don't give a fuck. Like it's not even that serious. Like you nonchalant about it. Like you didn't just injure somebody. Like that. That's the part that aggravate me, bro. Like you gotta at least be like, fuck, bro. I'm sorry. Like at the bare minimum, bro. But
just come out and say sorry. I didn't mean to do it.
But you're not really sorry. You're actually probably happy about the situation because you have a chance to win now. Yeah. That's the part that aggravated me. Like I just don't feel like he just showed no type of remorse towards the situation. That's the shit that's aggravating me.
Yeah.
But let's be honest. I know nobody wishes ill will on somebody, but in today's game and the way things are, when one of the star players of the opposite team that you're playing goes down, most people low key are like awesome.
Happy.
He's out. Yeah. Like most people are happy.
Oh yeah, the Nets haters are rejoicing right now.
We all were kind of like slowly.
Yeah.
Like let's not deny it though. Like when AD and LeBron had their shit going on with the Lakers, when you saw AD go out party, you were like, okay, hey, the Lakers might lose.
Yeah.
Like,
honestly, I didn't. I thought LeBron would have still. I
want to see AD go down because I wanted to be AD. But most people, it's like, there's like if you don't like the team or you're playing against the team, but like. For me, if the Lakers were playing like us in the finals, bro, I would feel disappointed, bro, because I want to beat teams at full strength.
Yeah, personally, for me, I never root, like, when people get injured, I never, even if it's like the worst enemy of the Nets, I'd never root for somebody to get injured. Like, when AD got injured, I was like tight. I said prayers up for AD. I always say prayers up because I never want to see people get hurt like that. Like, as a basketball fan, you should want to see teams at full strength, at full go. You know what I'm saying? You don't want to see no like half series or people out one star.
I don't want no excuses. Like, I don't want no excuses. I want it to be like no stone unturned that we're the better team, and it's like they're happy with this. Y'all are like really cheering, and we don't have our two biggest players. Why are you happy?
Like, we say we might joke around. We might say our jokes. We might say our jokes and stuff about like LeBron and stuff. But at the end of the day, like, we never wanted to see AD hurt. But we joke around about LeBron and all that, and all fun and games. But like, at the end of the day, it's like we never want to see people hurt.
And it should be the same thing with
we don't want them to get hurt.
Yeah, we don't want to get hurt.
The same thing should be recognized too. Like, when they were talking to them after the game, like, wow, you just had an amazing performance. Like, now how about be like, if keeping it real and be like, well, hey, they just lost. They've already lost Harden and they've already lost Kyrie, so they're hurting. Yeah, we played our game plan, but let's be real. You know what I mean? Like, you won because we lost Kyrie. Like, that's really the reason why you won tonight. Plus, our role players weren't playing.
You shouldn't even be cheering. Like, I couldn't, like, that's like, bro, oh my God, that's so lame. Like, if I was in that position, bro, like, of course, like, I get to possibly get to the next round. But I'm not cheering, though. Like, I'm not feeling good about that. Like, as a competitor, why do you feel, like, proud? Why are you jumping up and down, dapping your teammates up like y'all just fought this hard-fought victory and shit, and you was playing us at full strength? Like, stop. Like, don't do that, bro, because, no. It's just aggravating, bro. I do not want them to win. I actually liked the Bucks beforehand, but just, like, one game just really, like, aggravated. It really aggravated me, bro. I hope they don't win, bro. I hope we beat them.
And another thing about that Lakers series, like, when AD went down, I actually thought the Lakers still could win that series because they had the better. It was just basically LeBron and his team versus Devin Booker because Chris Paul was out. Really, Chris Paul was MIA. So I actually thought LeBron could have won that series by himself. With he had, like I said, he had the 6th man of the year, Montrez. Dennis wasn't playing good, but still, you have Dennis. You got Andre Drummond. I thought, like, at least you can get at least Game 7. I thought he can get at least Game 7, but
like LeBron quit in that series, like a game or two. Yeah. Like, you could just see it in his body language. I feel like he mentally just quit.
Yeah. Yeah. Somebody said, oh, shout out to Donald. He said, I ride and die with the Nets, but the reality is they can't win without the two. Without Kyrie and Harden, the series is over.
Yeah, like I said, so much has to go right. So much has to go right this game.
I feel people who are saying that right now. I mean, I'm not going to go that far and say the series is over, but I'm going to say that it's going to be tough. Like I said, like Shub said, everything has to go right in Game 5.
Without him, it's over. Without him.
Yeah, I'm not gonna say it's over because what happens if we win Game 5 with just KD? Then what's everybody gonna be saying? What's everybody gonna be saying? Oh, we got this guy.
Never doubted this team.
Yeah,
I get the fear and the I get doubting to a certain extent, but like
I've seen stranger things happen, bro.
It's KD. Like why I hate like. Why is it looked at like he just can't do it? And I get it. It's other factors. When you factor in everything, I get it. Like, Nash, the role players.
Yeah.
But like it shouldn't just be like automatically like the series is over, but still KD. Like that's very, very, very disrespectful to him.
You at least gotta give him some type of hope. At least give him another chance. Give him some chance.
And even if you think that we lose, but to say that, nah, there's no chance. Like, if you think that we gonna lose, okay, that's that's a good guess. Like, okay, most likely, we maybe lose a series if we don't get KD and Kyrie back. That's okay. But to just say like it's raps, like, and there's no chance, like, nah, bro.
Like I said, we got to. I mean, there's, in my opinion, it goes two ways. You got to win the next game in order to keep Game 6, Game 7 alive for Harden to at least come back. Because I honestly don't think you're going to see Kyrie the next two games. I really don't.
Yeah.
So you've got Game 5 has got to be must win at all costs. And if you win that, then you keep your game alive at least for Game 7 for a very strong possibility for Harden to come back, because that's still at least what, like, if it makes to Game 7, that's what, like, almost a whole week or more.
Yeah.
Right. Like,
so no, that's more than a week. More than a week. It's like a week and a half.
Yeah. So
2 weeks.
exactly. So to me, realistically, you force a Game 7. And Game 7 would be in Brooklyn. You got to win Game 5 at all costs. Otherwise, it's over. Because I don't see, if we lose Game 5 and then go to Brooklyn and we go to Bucks and you don't have Harden and you don't have Kyrie, I mean, like Chubb said earlier, winning Game 5 and Game 6, a lot of shit has to go right. And I just don't know if the guys are going to be able to give KD what he needs, especially with our coaching. I just don't. Yeah. I don't want to be negative Nancy and be like, oh, we can't. It's a realistic thought. Like,
most likely we lose the whole series if they don't come back. So, but I think he can. I think what I'm hoping is that we win the Game 5. You know that like we're at home, so I'm hoping we win Game 5. Maybe we lose Game 6, and I'm hoping that Harden will come back, or maybe most likely to be Harden. But that's kind of what I'm hoping for. That's like the roadmap I have in my head.
All right, let me read what Malika Andrews said. This is before the game. They asked Steve Nash about James Harden. She said, Steve Nash says he is doing on-court work shooting and working through his rehab. Nash adds he still has a gap to make up. So he is doing on-court work, shooting, and working through his rehab. So at least he's on court. As far as I know, he is on court. So like I said, it could, we just gotta pray for the best.
Shout out to the super chat, Uncle Saint Drop 20. Said Julian.
Oh, you want to say? You read it. Read it how I wrote it.
EJ, I need you to send this to Julian so he can get a buzz on tonight. I know he really hearing about his man Kyrie. We gotta lift him up.
Yeah, Julian, just send me your Cash App or your you got Zelle. You got Zelle. I'm gonna send you guys.
No, I got Zelle.
Venmo that motherfucker so he.
I got a PayPal. I got Zelle or PayPal, man.
Like a couple 6-packs.
Y'all see how my uncle be looking out for me, bro.
I gotta take care of you today. I know you're hurting.
I gotta give some of your Zelle, bro.
I'm gonna admit, I felt guilty when I was walking to the car from work, and the first thought I had with it, popped into my head as I was thinking about this was, like, why did Kyrie have to step on Lucky? Like, I really thought that, and I felt guilty, bro. I felt like super guilty, dude.
So Julie was
but
crying.
Hey,
I think we all were crying, bro. I was crying with Julie.
I'm gonna Venmo your ass tonight. Go get something on me, bro. Yeah. Seriously.
Oh, thank you. I will.
Yeah, man, I was crying. I mean, Julia was hurt, but I think everybody in that nation was crying, bro. I almost shed a tear, bro. Like, I was like, damn, like, because I knew.
I hit my desk.
Yeah.
At work, and people looked at me, and I was like, I just kind of put my head down and fucking slammed my desk again.
Yeah, like, I was pissed off, bro. I
really took time out to make this day special, bro. Like, I got the snacks ready. I got my Jared Allen.
You know,
I had my Jared Allen jersey on. I had the Coogee Best-Star jersey on. Like, yo, I'm chilling. I watch this game, and then Kyrie just goes down. I'm like, yo, fuck this food. I'm out, bro. What the
Rage, did you wear Kyrie's jersey today? I just need to know. Because every time Rage wears a jersey, some shit happens. I didn't wear a jersey. You've been banned from jerseys.
Don't wear jerseys,
no, bro. The one game I wore Kyrie's jersey backwards. We won by like 39.
Oh yeah, that is true. We did win by 30.
He didn't wear no jersey today though, y'all. So.
All right, good.
Somebody said shout out to Marcelo. He said I'm going to my first NBA game on Tuesday, and I was really looking forward to seeing Kyrie play. Yeah, man. Like I said, he's the best show.
That sucks, buying a ticket for your favorite player. Oh my god, bro.
Hopefully, Nets Nation. I want Nets Nation to show up on Game 5, bro. We need that place to be rocking. We need the fans, man.
Yeah, we need that energy, bro. Yeah. We need that.
Yeah, we need the fans.
It's all hands on deck.
Will still be there.
It's all hands on deck. But you already know what's going to happen if we lose. It's going to be Joe Harris's fault. It's going to be everybody else's fault. You already know it's going to happen. I'm calling that shit right now, dude. If we lose that game, it's going to be Joe Harris's fault, solely his fault. And everybody else is going to get a pass. It's only going to be watched, dude. I'm calling that shit right now.
Nah, if we lose that game, everybody should just accept it. Like, what are y'all gonna like? You know what I'm saying? You just gotta accept the loss if we lose. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying we want to lose, but if we lose, like, you just gotta. Like I said, like, it's KD versus 3 All-Stars. I want to be positive here. I know somebody said stop being negative, but.
Tiamat said it right. He said all I'm hearing is negative suggestions. I mean, it is a reality. I mean, you have to be realistic about our chances without Kyrie and Harden. If our role players continue to play the rest of the way they're playing, KD cannot do it all. And then he's going to have to contend with Nash and what Nash chooses to put in. Those are just facts. It's not a negative. It's not a positive. Facts don't necessarily have to be a negative or a positive. They just are. And right now, that is our scenario we find ourselves in. Hopefully, something positive will come out of it. Hopefully, dudes will step up. But you're asking KD to go into a game where it is just basically him, and you got to hope the rest of the guys step up and give him something. And that's what else can you be positive about?
And I want to respond to Tiamat before. He said that Mike James shouldn't start because the bench has no scoring. Like, no. Mike James needs to start because KD's probably not going to sit down.
If there's no Kyrie,
most likely, Game 5, KD's not going to sit down, bro.
You got to take James Harden.
You got to take the eyes off KD somehow, man.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You got to take the eyes off.
We have to start Mike.
How many minutes you think KD gonna play, bro? He might play like 40,
47,
43.
46, maybe 45, 46.
40 last game. Weren't they playing 40 last game? 40 the games before that?
Kyrie was playing the most minutes.
Then fuck it, But that scares me though,
Well, that's a good question. Then, what is our next? We'll assume we have no Kyrie, and we'll assume we have no Harden. What's our starting line?
Mike, Joe, KD, Blake, Jeff. Yeah. I'd be, that lineup. I like that lineup because everybody could shoot, so KD will have space to do his thing. I like that lineup.
I just think we need offense. So I think that lineup. I think that lineup will be okay. If these guys.
So we're gonna need. So is it? Do we confirm that we have Joe Harris over Bruce Brown at that starting 2?
We have to. Like I said, we need offense, bro. We need offense right now. So. Bruce Brown can't shoot.
Yeah, but don't we need offense off the bench as well?
KD's not sitting down. KD is the bench, bro.
He might be in that bitch for 46 minutes.
KD is the bench, bro. There's no bench.
I mean, dude, losing Kyrie fucks up the whole flow because now you're either going to start Harris, you're going to start
KD is the bench, bro. KD's the bench, and he's the starters. There's no more bench scoring. KD is the bench and the starters.
And with that starting lineup, bro, they're not really gonna be able to triple or double him like that, bro, unless they want a 3, But that's also gonna take the role players to hit their shots, consistently. Yeah, the role players,
you're gonna. I mean, either way you cut it, you don't know if he's gonna start Jeff because they've already said he was on minutes, but he played 24.
Yeah.
So now you're going to have to rely on outside. If you start Mike James, it wouldn't surprise me if Nash went Mike James, KD, Harris, Shamet, and fucking Blake Griffin. It really wouldn't shock me if he did that. But, I mean, those are your other players that are going to be coming off the bench that can score. If he doesn't start Brown, you're going to have Brown, and then you're going to have Shamet, Tyler Jensen coming off being your scorers. I'm sorry, but that's not playoff winning basketball.
Yeah.
We're in a very
shout out J Yardy. I'm gonna read this comment. He said AJ Harden will play. They was resting him for moments like this. We can't listen to Nash in the press conferences because just a day ago he was telling us Jeff couldn't cut. That's a good point though. That's a good point. I remember they were saying before
Right.
Jeff. We were all shocked that Jeff was playing tonight, and they were just saying he couldn't cut.
And the one thing that we gotta play in the factor, like y'all we always gotta think the worst case scenario, because if you think the best case scenario all the time, you're gonna get disappointed and you're gonna get heartbroken. That's just the reality of what happens.
Yeah.
It happens all the time with everything you do. If you think things are gonna turn out the best and things turn out the worst, how are you gonna feel? So if we think the worst and things turn out the best, we're gonna be happy by it.
Yeah, we gotta manifest.
We'd rather be safe than sorry.
Yeah, we gotta.
But see, I'm looking at
get all the negative energy.
I'm looking at some of these comments where it's like it kind of goes back to what I was saying earlier. It's like they're saying Joe Harris, Mike James is not going to help KD beat the Bucks or anybody else. Somebody else said, "Bro, don't act like Jeff was giving us 20 in the regular season. I don't expect him to give us a big impact." So it's like, again, that goes back to like you either have expectations for your role players or you don't.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying, though, and it's like that's that thing of like you people keep capping on these guys, expecting them to be something they're not. So you either can have high expectations or you don't, and you got to come up with a game plan, because if you got no Harden and you got no Kyrie, that's what we got to work with. So I mean, really, what options are there outside of those individuals and starting those players? Like, you're stuck with it.
Did you guys think from Jeff Green's play tonight? Like, how did you guys feel? Like, was he 85%, 90? Was he like 80%, 90%? Did he look perfectly fine? 80. He didn't look like himself. 80. Did he look like himself?
The reason why I say 80 is because he looked mobile. I think he actually looked pretty good, but like he's still got to click into everything. So I don't feel like he's 100% because he didn't look like he was just firing on all cylinders. If he was perfect tonight and he was like making shots, finishing the ball, playing defense, then yeah, I'll give him 100. But I got to give him 80 because I don't really think he was playing to his full potential at all. And I still think, and I think him not playing since game 2 also plays a part in that. So that's why I'm just keeping it at 80 for now.
He did have 5 rebounds. He did have 8 points.
He looked good tonight to me. He looked pretty good. I'm not gonna lie.
He looked better than I expected him to.
Yeah.
But do you guys think he was at 100% tonight?
No. Not 100%. No, not 100%.
Yeah, I'm sticking with 80. 85.
I say 80,
85, but I don't think he's 90.
Yeah.
I don't think he was that high. I think he was good enough.
Yeah. We just gotta manifest it, y'all. We gotta manifest. We gotta believe in our team that we'll win Game 5. Just put it out in the air. We're gonna win Game 5. Just put it out in the air, y'all.
Yeah, I can already tell you, no matter who they start with KD, it doesn't matter who it is. The role players are going to have to step up beyond belief, because you already know the Bucks are going to continue to go at KD and beat him up, and we don't know what the refs are going to be like. But they are not going to make it okay for KD. And the other issue with that, too, is that I hope we don't get lulled into just constantly passing the ball to KD.
Yeah.
Even though he is going to be the top scorer and you are going to go to him most of the game. Part of the problem that happens, too, is that players just get, oh, no, here, you do it. You can do it. You can do it. And if that's the game we're going to play.
Yeah. You can't just rely on him. Right? Yeah. You got to,
It's gonna get ugly.
It's because sometimes guys will be wide open and then they're just standing there at the 3-point line, just looking for KD, or you're not even facing the basket. Come on, bro, shoot the ball.
I'd rather you shoot it and miss it than to fucking nut up and not do anything and just go, okay, here, KD, do it.
Yeah, I'd rather you just shoot it and
I'd have no problems with Joe Harris straight up just chucking the ball, because then I know at least he's actually trying to shoot and actively trying to just get something going.
Same with Blake. These guys can hit shots.
They're just hiding.
Yeah. The only guy I don't want shooting is Bruce Brown. Him, okay, I don't want him shooting. But everybody else, they should be Jeff Green, Blake, Joe. Every time they're open, shoot it. Don't look for KD. KD's going to be getting double teamed and face guarded. You don't look to force the ball into him. Shoot the ball if you're open, please. Please, for the love of God.
But then again, I don't have a lot of faith in
the coaching? Sorry. In the coaching?
The only hope
I don't have faith in our coaching or the role players.
I mean, our role players did show up game 1, game 2, but that's a whole different scenario. We're talking about they were at home, they were playing with a chip on their shoulder, they had fucking Kyrie and KD.
Yeah,
I just want to fight Giannis, bro.
I need the role players. I need the game.
It's really his fault. That's what happened, bro.
I need game 2.
Him, bro.
I need game 2 role players. Game 2 and game 1 role players need to come up. Like that play, the way they were playing that game, you got to play this game. This upcoming game. Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Somebody
whatever
said,
the 15th is.
Somebody said we need 15 from Harris, 10 from Bruce, 10 from Blake. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll take all of that.
Well, and you've noticed that when we usually get 3 role players in double figures, we always win no matter what. It seems like.
Yeah.
And we've barely been scraping that. When just 2 or 3 players on the team have double figures and everybody else has 8 or 7, it doesn't usually bode well for us. So I just kind of like we need a couple of those guys to get double digits in order for it to like really. And right now the Bucks feel hopefully you could say maybe they feel overconfident for Game 5. Like they're like Kyrie's out, like, and you already know. I'm sure, guarantee there's a conversation in that locker room going, "We got it." Like we just.
I'm not even like I said. If I'm the Bucks,
we got our foot on the gas. They're hurt.
Yeah.
But there's nobody. Nobody can stop us. We're going to control KD. None of those role players can play with us. You're telling me that conversation is not taking place in there? Hopefully they get overconfident and the role players step up, and we steal it. Because I mean, in my opinion, right now, Game 5, if we win it, it's a steal. Yeah. Even though it's home court, it's a steal.
A steal, basically. If I'm the Bucks, like I'm telling whoever's guarding Bruce Brown, if Steve Nash is dumb enough to put Bruce Brown on the floor, and it's just KD, if I'm the Bucks, I'm just gonna whoever's guarding Bruce Brown, don't even guard him. Don't even guard him at the 3-point line. Just be on KD. You know what I'm saying? I want 2 people on KD at all times. That's if I'm the Bucks. That's how I'm doing it. You know what I'm saying? It's that easy for them.
Yeah.
For their game plan. You know what I'm saying? Because Bruce Brown's not going to shoot it out there. He's like I said, he's not going to shoot it out there. But that's what I said with Nash's game planning. He's got to go with more offense now. You can't if you're really going to go small. If you're going to continue this small ball thing, you got to put all shooters around KD. Everybody is going to be able to shoot a 3-point shot around KD.
I'm sorry, I got to recognize Empire 717. He says, I'm an old guy. I'm tired of saying wait till next year. I'm fucking with you, bro. I've been waiting for fucking damn near 30 years as a Nets fan to see this fucking trophy get lifted. So I'm with you, bro.
I feel it. I feel the pain.
The real Royal said Giannis might mess me up. Nah, the real Royal, you gotta understand. I got Tim's and I got a $150 on my side, bro. Like I don't think Giannis is ready for this, bro. And there's a brick somewhere on the ground if we fight. Giannis is not. You don't want this work, bro.
Somebody said Joe Harris needs to be spoon fed. So at this point, with no Harden, Kyrie Joe needs to sit down. Not gonna lie, he do need to be spoon fed though. That is funny. He do need to be. I don't know, man.
This is not how I expected the playoffs to be playing out.
Yeah, it wasn't supposed to be like this. It wasn't supposed to be like this at all.
Everyone's getting hurt, man.
Yeah.
Everybody.
I mean, but on one hand, you got to look at it too. It's like if we do go out, you can't hold your head down. I mean, you can't. There's nothing you can do about losing your top 2 players.
Yeah.
Especially when they're so valuable. That's part of the game. It sucks. It's happening at the worst fucking times possible. But
knowing how the society or the NBA world is, like we're still going to be like the laughing stocks, or people are still going to be make fun. Like even if, like, say Harden and Kyrie don't come back and we lose, like they're still gonna be like #1 trending, people making fun of the Nets. Like I know it's gonna come. I know because people don't care. They don't care about injuries. You know what I'm saying? They're just gonna make fun and be like, "Oh, Nets just flops. They're
happy. They're happy we lost.
Yeah,
they're happy.
But if people that say if they were injured, like it's gonna be too bad. Like they were gonna go as hard if they're injured, but if they were like fully healthy, they were gonna go in. But like I guess it's gonna be very underwhelming the response if we lose.
Yeah, people are still gonna make fun of the Nets. Even if they're not going to make no excuses, you know.
Yeah, Yeah, but as a Nets fan, it would only bother me if like we did get to the finals and got blown out with like the 3 superstars. Yeah, then that shit would really hurt. But like as a Nets fan, the shit happens. If you're a true Nets fan, you know how to lose gracefully, and you know how to accept people making fun of you as a team. Yeah. If you're not a true Nets fan and you have only just jumped on this year, it's probably going to sting a little bit. But I'm just saying. If you're if you a new Nets fan, it's gonna hurt. If you're not, you're used to this shit. Yeah.
If Harden and Kyrie don't come back, bro, they really gonna get on KD, bro. They gonna find something. They're
gonna be like, see what happens when you don't have to.
It's really gonna be fuck KD or.
They're already doing it. They're already.
He's the best player in the world. Why can't he? You know, like it's gonna be over with, bro.
I'll agree. There was some fair weather fans. There were fans already in Discord that were like fucking capping on KD, and it's like, are you? I'm not going to call out names, but it's like, you are a dumb...
KD has no excuse. I don't care if he's playing with SpongeBob. He's supposed to beat the All-Star Bucks.
I don't care if KD's teammate is a box with twigs for legs. He needs to do it. He's the best player in the world.
Yeah. People like that, like, you are sad. Like, you really... I can only imagine how some people handle real-life problems when it hits them. Yeah. Like, it just... You can't... The man can't... Dude, the man came back from a fucking Achilles tear, and he's fucking killing it out there, doing the best he can, giving this team everything he has. Yeah. And if you think KD is the problem, or you want to, like, talk shit on KD... Facts. It's like...
Don't forget about shooting 50-50-90, averaging 32 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Like, don't forget about those stat line. His stat line in the playoffs has been golden.
Better than his MVP season.
His golden stat line. Golden.
Just stick to blaming everything on Joe, because that will work out. And then, you know... But to blame KD, I mean, come on.
It's like blaming like a firefighter that's like the proclaimed best firefighter in the world, but yet he can't stop like a California wildfire or something. Like, bro, what do you want me to? And like all he has is a water bottle. Like, what the fuck you want me to do?
You had Fire Marshal Bill out there. Why couldn't he stop it?
I don't care if he has a puddle. Just put out the fire. He's the best firefighter in the world.
Yeah. He could have a little spray bottle, not even a fire, or a little spray bottle to put out the fire. They're gonna be like, right? He's the best firefighter in the world.
But if KD does do the impossible, well, I'm not gonna say the impossible. What if he does like win this Game 5 dolo and Game 6? Then you got to give him his legacy points. How much legacy points will KD have if he does that, yo? How much?
If KD comes back, if KD single-handedly wins the next 2 games for us,
you got to put him in the...
People better shut the fuck up.
You got to put him in the GOAT conversation. Put him in the GOAT conversation.
If he pulls this off, it's undisputed. He's the best player on the team. No bullshit. I'm not even like no funny shit.
Are you saying the team or the NBA?
No, he said the NBA. He meant the NBA.
The team. Because we always debate Kyrie, Harden, KD. Like, if he pulls this off, like he's the best player.
I don't think he has to pull it off in order to be that, because he is.
Yeah.
He honestly, to me, it goes KD, Harden, Kyrie, but we could debate the Harden, Kyrie shit all day long. But to me, KD is. We've watched him do shit all season.
It's because he plays.
Has done shit
all year. It's both sides. It's not just the crazy offense. It's him. It's the defense, though. It's like KD's block. He's averaging like 3 blocks a game. His defense too. He's one of the best defenders. He might be our best defender, honestly, besides Claxton.
He's been consistently giving you all around stats all year.
Yeah.
And his overall playoff, like, bro, he's the best player on the team. I gotta keep it a buck.
Somebody said,
and that's coming from Kyrie fan, like president right there.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody said KD can hit every shot in the game or we'll still be in trouble. That is true, though. That could happen. KD could go like 24 for 24 and it was still like down by 2 or down by 4, down by 10, whatever it is. You can still.
Oh, dude, the fucking Real Royal.
He'll pass it to somebody, and then it's an open mid-range.
I'm sorry, Harden is great, but KD, like the Real Royal, is like, no, we can't debate the Harden Kyrie. We can debate the KD and Harden. No, stop it.
Yeah,
at this stretch of the game, like
KD's defense, bro. KD's defense, man. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
Harden can't like play. I don't think he's a good defender as KD is. Yeah. Yeah. I'm listening.
So earlier he was talking about like, remember, we're only here. Remember, y'all got to remember, we're only here because of Harden. We're only here. Harden got it.
The real Royal.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the real Royal.
No, I mean Harden is an opposite player. When I say that, to me, it's like KD is been scoring better, but he does so many other things defensively where Harden can give you points, but he's better at the ball distribution, the passing, the setting people up. Like, they're really two opposite types of player. To say that Harden is better than KD, I don't know, because I still do see KD setting people up, getting people passes. Yeah. I'm just saying, at this stage of the game, KD is kind of the man.
The efficiency, he's more efficient, and the defense, bro.
Yeah, go ahead, AJ.
Yeah, I was gonna say the efficiency and the defense, but like I said, it's not. I didn't want to turn this into the Harden versus KD moment.
Of course not.
50% of his career, but just to to be a realist and to not be delusional, and I'm gonna just say it, I'm pretty sure everybody who is realistic knows, bro, we was gonna be here. We was gonna be here regardless, bro. Stop disrespecting 7-Eleven, bro.
Yeah, don't disrespect 7-Eleven like that.
We were going to be here regardless. I know you like to tell yourself that. I know, I get it, but we were going to be here regardless. So I'm just giving you that little.
I believe that, bro. In the beginning of the year, I thought we would be right here with 7-Eleven, Karis LeVert, Spencer Dinwiddie, and Jared Allen. I thought we would be right here.
The fact that we don't have them and we almost 3-0'd these people. Yeah, we were going to be here and probably be in the finals. So
I thought
hit you with the truth bomb. That's a fact.
Like I said, I'm not against it. I'm not against Harden, but I'm just saying I thought without Harden, with 7-Eleven, Karis, Jared, Spencer, I thought we would be right in the same position right now. You know what I'm saying? I thought we could win.
I agree. Yeah. Without Harden, if we never would have made the trade, I still think we would have been very much alive to win it all. Yeah. But after the trade, there's no denying that you need, at this current state, you need Harden to win the whole thing. You do. Because of what we lost, there's no way.
So, he solidifies us as the best offense in history. So.
And we lost on the picks.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Somebody said Nets would not win a championship without Harden. CWE, are you talking about
the team? Yeah.
You said, are you talking about before CWE Best Eye? Are you talking about before the trade or after the trade?
I mean,
after the trade, yes, but before the trade, I'm not saying with that.
It's as easy as to say, I mean, Kyrie had LeBron, who was arguably the best player in the world. KD is the best player in the world now. They had no bench, no reliable third star. And KD's been he's been deep in the playoffs. He's been to the finals with another point guard who, so if you just look at what they've done, they could get to the finals and win, with what they had. If you just look at their career.
This 4K leaks. Nets don't deserve Harden to LA. You're a fool. Get the hell out of here, bro. You're just an idiot.
Yeah, like I said, it's a foolery if you think that before the trade we couldn't go to the finals. It's foolery.
This is disrespectful.
Yeah.
We
literally just watched KD and Kyrie win 2 games side on a Bucks team, you know what I'm saying, easily. So imagine if we just had Karis. Imagine with Karis LeVert and Jared Allen. You know what I'm saying? So just think about that. You know what I'm saying?
And we've seen them on lesser teams and still win. So
yeah, that's what I'm saying. Just come on, son. But let's not talk about that. I know we're getting off topic here with the.
And now that things have kind of calmed down,
get us into a heated debate, bro.
No, we're not. Hey, dude, the reality is that we all came in with this game excited. It was starting out to be a really good game. They were going back and forth. We actually started real well, and we got kicked in the nuts. Straight up, just got chopped.
Yeah. And
it set off a string of people in Discord, and I'm sure if you weren't in Discord, you were watching at home, and you're in here now in the chat. It makes you all kinds of reasons of being pissed off and upset. What if? And the reality right now is there is a giant question mark on the rest of the season. Yeah. It's not how any of us wanted it to end, but it's the reality. And you have to take stock of what is available to you and what the expectations. Yeah. It can be done. I do believe we can beat the Bucks, but it's going to be very tough, especially if it's just KD. Yeah. And I don't think it's fair to really just destroy one guy or the whole team. I mean, if if you were a player on the team and you watched Harden go down and you watched Kyrie go down and you were trying to do everything, and even if you had a shitty game, you would feel shitty. I'm sure these players feel shitty. I'm sure Joe Harris feels shitty. I'm sure all of them feel shitty about their effort, what they're trying to do. But it's like, you got to be realistic. I mean, the worst thing is to like see all this shit happen and then as fans just implode and start making excuses and blame this and blame that, what if, and it's like, it's just part of the fucking game. And sometimes everything goes your way and you're the fucking Bucks and you think you're Giannis and you're killing it and flexing like you are doing everything, and then sometimes you're like the Nets and you fucking get kicked in the balls and you lose your best fucking players.
And I remember I was watching an interview. I think was it Undisputed? It might have been Undisputed. And Steven Jackson said, yeah, he's like, you need to play well and you need to have your stars healthy. But like he said, a lot of winning a championship in NBA is luck. And like I've realized how important luck is in the NBA. These last all these injuries, these last couple of years in the NBA championships, like it's just, you gotta have everybody healthy. It's just like it's like something impossible to do. It's like an impossible feat now, bro, to have everybody
especially
healthy.
When you got a big three or superstars, bro.
Yeah,
that's hard.
Luck is like really like, he said, oh, you gotta have some luck too to win a championship. And I'm like, at first I was like, no, you don't have to have luck. What are you talking about? But now, like, seeing it from like these last couple years, I'm like, damn, son.
I mean, how do you did, and that's the thing that's even more like painful, is that after we made the trade and we saw where our deficiencies are, we tried to, the GM tried to get guys to help with it. We got chopped again at the knees there. We lost LaMarcus. Like, who saw that shit coming? Yeah. It's like you've always had something with this team all year where it's it's like we make a decision, we roll with it, then you try to, take those holes and close them, and then it's like you had to deal with inconsistencies from role players all year. Then you go out in the market, you pick up two guys, one of them's doing the best he can, and then you pick up another guy who arguably would have been great, and then you lose him to a health thing, he's retired, done, and then you lose Harden, then you get Harden back, then you lose him again, and now Kyrie, it's like, at the end of the day, you can't really, how do you blame people on a team for something like that?
Yeah.
I mean, how do you do that? I wouldn't even put that on the coach. You can't put it on, even though Nash is a moron and the role players are not stepping up. How do you put that on everybody?
Yeah.
Because that's really what it is.
Yeah, our injuries, you can't play
people blaming Nash.
I mean, you can play some on Giannis. Yeah, I'm about to say you can definitely play some. It is Giannis's fault that he got injured. Fuck it, like, so you can blame it on him. But everybody else on the team, I mean, like they have a bad game. Yeah, you could say, but like our full big three, bro, is so crucial, bro, to our success. Especially
this year,
everybody. So
yeah, this year, 100%. That is 100% fact.
So if they get injured and it's like nobody. I remember when Harden, like when he first injured his hamstring, and somebody was like, Bradley Beal played on his and da 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 da. Like these people want to play. Yeah. That nobody wants to sit out. Kyrie don't want to sit out. Harden definitely does not want to sit out, especially after the first series he had, best series he's had in his life. Nobody wants to sit out, but there's injuries, bro. You can't, like they said, it's just a part of the game. It's a part of athletics.
But even the players,
I want to ask you guys though.
Playing shitty.
I want to ask you guys, with the people saying that blaming Nash for the whole Kyrie thing, like, do you guys think that Nash was overplaying? Like I said, Kyrie was playing more minutes than he's ever played, really, in his career with this series. And because I went back and I looked at the minutes he played in Cleveland, and he was only averaging, like I said, in the 2016 finals, he averaged 38 minutes per game. And this finals, this series, he was averaging 40. He was averaging 42. Before this game, he was averaging 42 minutes per game. So do you guys think that Nash playing him too much kind of led up to this, or you just think it was Giannis?
That's a different. I could understand if he got injured, say how when KD got hurt and tore his Achilles.
Yeah,
I would agree with you if it was that kind of injury. But this is one of those injuries where it didn't matter if he played 20 minutes or 40 minutes.
I feel you.
He was going to twist his ankle irregardless. Like, you're not, even if he was like, even if he was rested and had the greatest rest that any player's ever had, you're not stopping fucking twisting your ankle.
I feel that. Like, I think it's like majority of it is on Giannis, but didn't he like, he sat down for like 1 minute and then came straight into the second quarter.
No, he didn't sit down. He played the whole first, and then he played the whole second, and then he got hurt at, I think, 5 minutes left. Let me go to the play-by-play.
It was like 10 minutes left.
He didn't sit down because KD got rest. He played the whole first, and then let me go to the second quarter. Second quarter, he left the game at
8, 9, 10.
9. Oh wait, Kyrie.
9. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah, I think he at 9. So it's like he didn't get a no break. Well, wait, 11 minutes. Kyrie makes 23-foot point jumper at 11 minutes.
Yeah.
Kyrie misses driving floating jump shot 10 minutes. Mike James makes 7-foot. I think it was 9. Yeah, you're right. It was 9. It was 7. Like it was 7. My fault. 7.
I feel like he could have sat him like right there, but it is like, but it was something that's like, it's not due to fatigue. It just like Giannis happened to do that. Yeah. But if he sat him for like that first 3 minutes, then that wouldn't have happened. But it's majority of it is really Giannis, you know.
Yeah,
it really is. But we've seen stuff like, what was that game? It was a Celtic game, right? And he put I think he put KD and Kyrie and Harden back in or something.
Yeah.
And I think KD. We were talking about it, and we was like, what if KD got ejected because you put him back in or something? You remember that?
Yeah.
It was a Celtics game.
Yeah.
But like stuff like that, it's like
that's what I said. Like when you play your players too much, and like I said, I think like when he put KD in and we were up by 30. It's like those are the moments like this, like I'm afraid of. Like you put your players in too much, and little things start to happen, like ejections, technicals, people get hurt. That's what I'm saying. Like you can't really overplay people at
so that's why that's why I feel like a small a percentage of it is like it could have definitely been prevented, but I do feel like it's just majority, you know, of Giannis. That could have happened the first minute of the game. You know, it could have happened.
Yeah, it could have happened at any time. If you would have
just sat him for like 2-3 minutes, you know, that it probably doesn't, you know. So
Harden.
Yeah. So I definitely put more of it on Giannis. I know, you know, Nash didn't want that, but he 42 minutes, and I said like once he like I think it's cool if he plays like high minutes, you know, because he. You know, when he was on Golden State 2016, and you were at the 2018 or the 2017-18 finals, right? That's the one you were talking about.
I didn't look up those finals, but I looked up the 2016 where they won, and it was he played 38 minutes per game. I don't know the other ones though, but the 2016 was 38.
Yeah. That means he played around 38 the next one.
So the way the team's constructed, though, do we really have too much of an option?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That's why I was like, I feel like I said that like he could average 41, 42 minutes, you know. So I was even somebody who said that, but damn, like, it's just.
And maybe those Cavs teams, they probably had more depth a little bit than this Nets team probably. Do you think the Cavs team had more depth? LeBron,
the
Kyrie.
Cavs team was, you know, a different type of ass.
They had Richard Jefferson. They had Richard Jefferson though. Richard Jefferson, Jeff Green.
I mean, they just had LeBron. You know, LeBron. He can just like
what was Richard Jefferson doing for that team? Really?
Richard Jefferson played better than Kevin Love, low key. So. Kevin Love averaged like 4 points.
You got to compare that Cavs team to our team.
If you go look at the Cavs team,
they have like Channing Frye,
it's funny when you actually look at the
Anderson Varejao.
Like,
oh yeah, they had Anderson Varejao. I remember that.
Anderson Varejao.
Matter of fact, let me look up this roster.
Nah, Delly was
the only people who came.
Bro, AJ Anderson Varejao is on the team right now. He's on the team.
Bro, Delly was aight back then though. Delly was aight back then.
17-18
K-Love had one good game 2016, and it was okay. He had like 14 game one, but every game after that, bro, he had like 0 points, 7, 2 points, 3. Y'all never seen them RDC World skits where LeBron is snapping on like the LeBron locker room videos?
Yeah.
I've never seen them. That shit is literally facts. Like this shit is not over exaggerated. Like this shit is real.
Yeah.
Like
okay, Here's the
Cavs
roster.
bench is literally a meme.
Yeah, Chris Anderson. Who the fuck is that? Andrew Bogut. What the fuck?
Chill, bro. Andrew Bogut was alright.
Yeah, he was on the Warriors.
Birdman?
Mike Dunleavy. Hello? Kevin Fielder. Channing Frye. He's still in the league. What the hell? Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Richard Jefferson, Dante Jones. He spelled it with an H. James Jones, Kyle Korver, DeAndre Liggins. Are these real people?
James Jones.
DeAndre Liggins.
DeAndre Liggins?
Yo,
Kevin Love, Jordan McRae.
I'm actually shocked Kyrie didn't play more minutes in that those Cavs games. I'm surprised he only played 38 minutes.
I'm about to say it felt like he played like he averaged 40, but that's because I bet LeBron averaged like fucking 44 minutes or some shit like that.
Larry Sanders. Type of name is that? Iman Shumpert, J.R. Smith, Eddie Tavares,
1 year.
Tristan Thompson, Darren Williams, Derek Williams.
So our bench is better.
Had a stretch.
Our bench is better.
Yeah, Darren Williams had a stretch, bro, where he had like 4 0-point games straight in the finals. 4 0-point games.
0 points in a series.
In 4 games.
0 points in a series.
Yes, and they got and you know what's crazy? He was playing his ass like when he first got there. He was a good pickup, bro. As soon as it got to the finals, 0 points, 4 games. Kyle Korver breaking every shot. Like, bro, that bench is.
I'm gonna look up the 2016 roster. Okay, here's the 2016 roster. Jared Cunningham. Oh my god,
who that is? Oh fuck.
Matthew Dellavedova. He was nice in that series.
Yo, Deli was nice in that series, bro.
Oh, guess what? It's our boy Joe Harris. He was in there. Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Richard Jefferson, Dante Jones, James Jones, Sasha Khan.
Yo, put in the chat right now, chat. Yo, hold on. Before I go on, put in the chat right now. Was that Cavs bench better than our bench? Was it 2017?
No.
2016, 2017? Was that Cavs bench better than our bench that we have right now? But go on, keep going, Chubbs. Keep going.
Kevin Love, Jordan McRae, Timothy Mozgov, Iman Shumpert, fucking Harrison Varejao, and Mo Williams. And Tristan Thompson.
Yo, Mo was nice, bro.
Just give context.
Mo was nice.
He was like, he was like, yeah.
Mo was nice, bro.
Let me just give context, right? There was a game in that series where the Golden State bench had like 60 points and the Cavs bench had 10. Consistently, multiple games, like 10 points as a unit. Let's go
to the 06 Cavs. Oh, this should be funny. Shannon Brown. Daniel Gibson, Drew Gooden.
Nah, Shannon Brown was nice back then, bro. Boopy was good too. Boopy was the shooter.
Daniel Gibson was goated. Boopy. I love Boopy.
Zydrunas Ilgauskas. How do you spell this name?
Ilgauskas.
He was nice. Nah, Ilgauskas was nice.
Ilgauskas.
He was nice. Okay. Ilgauskas was nice.
Okay, Damon Jones.
He has his number retired. He has his number retired.
Yeah, he was
Danielle Marshall.
That's Shaq.
Ira Newble.
Is that when they had old Shaq?
Hey, somebody gonna have to show me that because I don't remember them leading the league in rebounds. Somebody gonna have to.
Shout out to Lenny. He said the Cavs role players played defense and led the league in rebounding. Yes, this bench was better.
Another nigga named Sasha Palovich. What the fuck? Who are these people? Scott Pollard, Eric Snow, Anderson Varejao, and David Weasley.
They were okay at one point.
Eric Snow was nice back in the day, bro.
They had their moments.
Bro, y'all gotta look up the Lakers bench and the when they were in 04 when they had Kobe, Gary Payton, like Karl Malone. Bro, look at their bench. It was so bad. So bad.
Lakers.
They started a guy who at small forward who was averaging 3 points per game in his whole career.
Hey, CWE did make a good point though. Cavs bench was better defensively.
Yeah, that's not hard to do with our team though. But it was. They had Iman. They had Iman.
I forgot they had Iman on that team.
Right. Here's the 04 Lakers. Yeah, that was good defensive. Okay, so for 04 Lakers roster, you got Kobe, Maurice Carter, nasty ass name, Brian Cook, Derek Fisher, Rick Fox, Devon George, Horace Grant. Horace Grant? What the fuck?
George.
Oh my
Devin
God.
George. Bro, Devin George was their starting small forward.
Malone. Slava. What does Stephen A. say? Slava Medvedenko.
Slava
Medvedenko. Good God. Shaquille O'Neal. Juanero Pargo. He was nice in 2K14. Gary Payton, Kareem Rush, Bryson Russell, Jamal Sampson, Ime Udoka, Luke Walton.
Hey, hold on, y'all.
Wait, Ime Udoka?
Why y'all doing Joe Harris? He talking about Ho Harris. Oh my God. Damn, it's Ho Harris. It rolls.
Let me just segue into this. Let me segue into the say whatever.
If the shoe fits.
All right, y'all. So in the chat, if it's just, we reached to say whatever segment. Put @Saint in the chat. Ask a question, any question y'all want right now. We're gonna end the stream soon. Put @Saint and ask a question. We'll answer any questions y'all want. Anything y'all want to talk about right now, put it in the chat. I see a lot of people saying the Cavs bench was better. Damn.
Bro,
I still don't know why like people are thinking like somebody like Tyler Johnson and all them are really like. Yeah. I still think having the three superstars has really tainted the minds of some people, thinking that the role players we have should be playing like they almost feel like they should be playing like fucking. Like starters.
But I think like Joe, you got Jeff, you got like Blake. I think those core. Maybe I'm tripping because we talking about the bench.
I think all those guys are. But see, that's the thing though. I still think Joe Harris, Jeff Green, and Blake Griffin are role players at this stage of their career, and like at this time, I look at those guys as like bench role players. I don't look at them as starters.
And then Bruce Brown, I think all just them four is just better than that whole Cavs like situation. The whole Cavs.
We got some questions, y'all. Somebody said, "Do you want to keep?" Shout out to Cheap Jersey. He said, "Do you want to keep Joe Harris?"
I think when you put a different team, or when you like if the offseason you give us a team that we're supposed to have around these guys, like with better defense and like role players you can rely on, I would keep them.
Yeah, I want to keep Joe.
In the current construction as we have, he gets exposed too much. Yeah, and that's just the facts of the matter. Is he doesn't have the ability to step up like a full-on starter. He struggles at times. He can be inconsistent. He's not the greatest defender in the world. He struggles in high-stress situations. But the times that he has been good is when the team is passing the ball and everybody's firing. Yeah. You know, he gets more confidence. Now, if you have a better bench and better guys that are coming in and replacing Harden and Kyrie and KD when they sit down, I'd like to keep Joe. But without it,
and I've been said a few months ago that I've been saying Joe should have been coming off the bench. I've been said that. I remember people were coming at me for saying that.
Said it. I said it.
Yeah, I said Joe should come off the bench like 3 months ago.
Midway, I was like, he'd be more lethal. Like depending on the game, but majority of the time, I feel like he should come off that bench.
Julian, me and you got attacked on a stream, I think, because me and Julian was like, Joe should come off the bench, and the stream was coming at us one time.
And I even said that, and everybody thinks I'm the Joe apologist, and he's my favorite player, and I'm protecting the white guy, and all this other dumb shit. Like, I even said I even said that I wanted Joe to come off the bench. I thought that was a better fit for him.
Yeah, it is. He would be more lethal, like because especially if the big three is here, like because you have the big three, then you could do something like Jeff Green and DJ Claxton. I think that's just a universally better lineup than Joe at the 4 or the 3 or some stupid shit like that.
And we've even like somebody just another one. Would we trade Joe Harris? That you could parlay that question on there for like someone like getting Miles Turner. I'm open to any trade if it makes the team better. Like, yes, Joe Harris is a good shooter to have, but at the same time, we have 3 fucking offensive juggernauts. I think we need more D. We've also said that consistently. So I'd be even open to trading him if it was right and it made the team better, you know? But
I'm open to trade Joe Harris if a good offer came up because he's really our only asset.
Yeah, he is. Like I said, we have no trade. We have no trade value right now. And Miles Turner's getting he's getting paid a lot of money. So, like I said, we would have.
I just don't see them trading him. I just don't.
Somebody said, "What y'all think about the James Harden Sweetie situation?" Shout out to Deed Zell. James Harden Sweetie situation.
The 100. What is that? The one he paid 100 G's to come on a date with?
I think it's cap. I think it's cap. It's not true.
That's real. Like there, I thought that was a rumor.
Nah, it's not true. People were like mad blogs were posting it, but it's not true. Do you guys really think Harden will pay $100K for a girl? Like, come on, son.
Exactly. Yeah.
Well, you can't even pay $100K on Cash App. You can't even pay $100K on Cash App. How that work?
Yeah, there's a limit on Cash App, right? It's like $7,500, I think.
Yeah,
limit or something like that.
Yeah, like some. Yeah, it's a limit.
It's a limit. You can't pay $100K. Yeah, he's not gonna do that. He's James Harden, bro.
Now, see, if it was for like Rihanna or Beyonce, I understand it. But Sweetie, come on.
If it was like in a strip club, it would make more sense. Like if it was like James Harden spending $100K in a strip club, I would totally believe that. Hell yeah.
Sweetie, she better than Beyonce.
But Sweetie, I don't know. Like, why would $100K just to go on a date with Sweetie? Why would you pay $100K just to go on a date with Sweetie?
But maybe they're like talking or something. I didn't even know. I didn't think that was real.
Yeah.
EVO Spirit said Wiggins for Joe Harris.
Hell no.
Ew. No. What the fuck?
Hell no.
Ew.
But doesn't Wiggins? I'm just gonna speculate. I'm just gonna entertain this for a second, though. Isn't he averaging like 20-something points a game though?
Nah.
Yeah, he's good. That's why they try to make it. They try
Yo,
to
Rage, bring up his stats, Rage.
He can't shoot threes, but
he does do a lot of stuff though.
Yeah, they be trying to make it seem like Steph just has like a fucking cardboard cutout as teammates. Like him and Oubre, they're decent. They're good players. That's why I don't feel like it's that much of an excuse the way they be trying to do, acting like they're bench players. Like,
I mean, Wiggins is not the superstar everybody thought, but he's still not a terrible player.
I'm good off Wiggins, man.
We don't need him, but I don't think that would be, like if he was on our team and he was averaging 20-something points a game for us, that's still good, but you don't need him.
No.
Do I think he's better than Harris? Yeah,
maybe overall, yeah.
Yeah, I do.
Nah, Joe Harris would be more valuable to us. He's more valuable to us than Wiggins.
I think Joe is more valuable, but I think Wiggins, like Joe Harris is a way better shooter, but Wiggins is a way better finisher, and I think he's a better defender.
Yeah, he's a better defender. Yeah,
Wiggins
of course.
Like a really good defender.
Yeah, he is.
He's a decent defender. Yeah,
but he be being and then like when you really need Wiggins, he'd be trash though.
Yeah,
he'd be trash when you need him. Like, I don't know, man. Ever since the Wolves,
with Joe Harris.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Dan, no, don't do that.
Don't do it.
It's not on that level. It's not on that level.
No, I don't think it's on Wiggins' level. Is it on? Let me know, chat. Let me know if I'm bugging. Is it? Who is worse in the clutch, Joe Harris or Wiggins, man?
Oh fuck.
Let me know in the chat, bro.
I'm gonna pull up Andrew Wiggins' his stats, and we'll see.
I'm not even trying to be like. Somebody said Wiggins is a nice third, fourth option.
I haven't watched Wiggins that much. Like I've seen him, but I haven't really.
Somebody said Wiggins is better. People love Harris but want to clown Wiggins. Man plays defense. Harris is a win more player.
He's a better defender.
Wiggins doesn't fit. I don't think he just fits right with our team though. Do you think he fits right with our team?
Yeah.
Okay, so real quick, just out of, and this is, I mean, granted he's with the Warriors, but in the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 games of the season, he had 22, 21, 21, 38, 14, 18, 18, 26, and 26.
Yeah.
He had shot 50% for most of those games, or his field goal percentage, and his threes were 1 for 4, 1 for 5, 2 for 2, 2 for 6, 1 for 5, 1 for 4, 2. I mean, like I said, he's not a terrible player. He's averaging about 20 points a season, like a game.
But he would, if he was on our team, he would have to come off the bench. Do you think he would do that? Because he's been a starter his whole career.
I don't think he'll come off.
He would have to come off the bench.
Big six man. I mean, he was still pulling down 5 rebounds a game, 3 assists almost. He's had almost a steal, averaging a steal per game and a block per game. So defensively, he definitely is better than Joe. I mean, the case could be made, but is he I guess the question would be: is he a better? And he's 6'7". Is he a better fit for? Would he be a better fit for the big three than Joe Harris?
I don't know about that.
No, I don't think so.
Like I said, he would have to come off the bench, bro. He
I feel
plays.
like our offense is way too fast paced for him.
We need like spot up shooters because it's like he kind of needs the ball to like work a little bit. Like he needs some of the clock. You know, like
he doesn't fit into like Nash's.
Somebody who's just gonna hit the shot. Like,
he don't even fit into the Warriors' offense. The Warriors do that run and gun, small ball. He don't even fit in that offense. So how would he fit in our small ball offense?
Nah. If you see how the Warriors play, you know he doesn't fit how we play.
Yeah. Like I said, for his career, he's averaging 35 minutes, 20 points at 44 field goal percentage, shooting 3 at 34%. He's averaging about 4.5 rebounds, 2.3 assists, and 1 point steal, and almost 1 point block. So, I mean, he's an average 6 man. He would he be a good 6 man?
Yeah, he would.
Is he more consistent than Joe? Yes. Does he have better D? Yes. So, I mean, you could make the argument, but
yeah, I feel you. Let me read the next question. Somebody said, someone named, we're coming at Joe Harris hard. Name one game where Joe Harris has ever hit a shot in the clutch. Oh, he said Ho Harris. Chief Jersey said, can you name one game where Ho Harris?
Game winner, but like, there's been games where he hit shit in the fourth quarter. I don't think I've seen him hit a game winner.
No, not a game winner. He has had some fourth quarters.
Joe Harris is the type of player that when he has his games where he's hitting, everybody fucking praises him. But the second he has a bad game, it's Ho Harris. He's trash. Trade him. He's not worth this. And then if Joe Harris somehow comes out and has the game of his fucking life in Game 5, everybody's going to be praising him. That's just what's happened all fucking season.
Marcelo said,
"It just fits our thing." Go ahead.
Yeah, Marcelo said, if you can make one change, what would it be? You got to be more specific. Well, like, what does he mean by that? If you can make one change, what would it be?
I'm him. Said, wait, is Spencer coming back? Spencer is not coming back this year. They just dropped a report saying he's most likely not going to be cleared for play at all this year.
I saw one that said the NBA Finals, but I don't know. That's probably just speculation.
No, the one I read today said he's most likely not going to be cleared for the NBA final, like, at all. The latest one.
Damn. Somebody said, what do you think about the KD Lana Rhodes? I think that's false too.
Is that official? I'm about to say I think that's a rumor too.
I think
she did say somebody on the net. She did say that.
Who y'all think it was? Y'all think it was?
No, I think the KD, the whole baby KD, thing, bro. The whole pregnant thing, I think is KD. The pregnant thing, I think is false. But I think he did like invite her to a game, and he brought another girl. I think KD would probably do that.
I don't think that was the rumor. I think she just said that like she that it wasn't about like somebody being the father of her child, but it was something about. She basically said she fucked somebody on the Nets or something like that. So. It could shit. Why? Hey,
it was probably TLC, bro. It's probably TLC, bro.
Yeah, that's true.
No, it was probably Tyler Johnson. It's probably him.
I thought it was Blake. She looks like a Blake kind of girl.
TLC's already got a girlfriend, bro.
It was Joe Harris, bro. It was Joe Harris.
The thing about KD is he's still KD, bro. Like I don't think he would like. I mean. KD could get like Rihanna or somebody, so it's like who you want, Rihanna or
Rihanna's a LeBron fan though.
So somebody who be getting their shit blown out on camera, you know. So I don't know.
A real GM wiretap posted on Bleacher Report. In a report that says sources refuted a recent report that Spencer Dinwiddie could possibly return from his ACL injury before the finals, saying this scenario is unlikely.
Damn, so did Sean Marks fail when he kept him? Did he fail?
No,
it depends on what is being talked behind the scenes, because you never know if like
sign and trade.
Sign and trade, or hey, I'll come back. Yeah, I'll take a little break, but I want this. I want. You never know. Like you just never know what's being there, because there's no way Dinwiddie has not talked with Sean Marks. There's no way that.
I mean,
that hasn't happened.
we could go over the cap with him. Like, it's not like he could re-sign him. We could go over the cap. I'm not saying like I don't know if Joe Tsai doesn't care about his luxury tax, he could just re-sign Spencer. But I don't know if he's gonna care about that. You know?
I mean, let's be honest. Barring he stays healthy and like there's no ill will from his knee and going forward he's good. Quite honestly, he's the best player that we could throw money at and it not really affect us too much because don't we have we can go over the cap
Spencer,
with him?
I feel like Spencer is like
you can go over the cap with him.
Yeah, we can.
Who else would you sign? That's my. I'm sorry. Let me finish that thought. Let me just finish, Julie, real quick, and I'll shut up. Outside of that, do you honestly think we could sign a player of his caliber in the offseason? I don't think so. Without it hurting, of Spencer's caliber, do you really think we would be able to sign somebody without it completely destroying our cap space and luxury tax if they're trying to stay under it or near it? I don't think you can sign anybody that effective where it wouldn't hurt the bottom line. You get what I'm saying by that?
Yeah. I understand.
If we go over, what's the penalty of that? What's the penalty of like?
If we go over, basically we have less room to work with to sign other players, and Joe Tsai has to pay like a heavy tax. Like he's already in debt already with all this money. He would have to pay a heavy like luxury tax. You know what I'm saying? And it'll take up cap room. His Spencer's contract will take up cap room, and and Joe Tsai would have to pay like an extra whatever, $80 million or whatever.
I feel like we still have the potential. Like I feel like Spencer, I feel like we could still, depending on the moves that we make, like in the off season, I think we could still go back to having like some of the best depth since before, like since we had Karras and stuff, because. Like I said, I mean, Mike James and Spence off the bench. That's similar to that. And Mike James is a better facilitator. So like, I feel like we should keep him because he'll keep our shit deep. And then we got Jeff. Like, bro, I think we should keep him. Like, no matter the cost.
I mean, because I don't see us really. I think it's going to be a combination between picking people up as far as like it's going to be 1-year deals. It's going to be some veterans that are willing to take cuts. We're obviously going to probably draft 1 or 2 people from the first, even in the second, that could be impactful. You just don't know. So if you have the option to keep Spencer and it doesn't break the bank, I just don't see us being able to sign somebody as impactful as him with the money and the space that we have. Like we all have spots, but I mean, it'd be like you can keep him and not destroy your tax rate. You can go over and it not penalize you. But if we signed anybody else like a caliber like him, just straight from free agency, it would destroy us. So there is options. There is an option there of keeping him.
Yeah. Somebody said, Rivalries said we need a solid big. Contracts on the line. Yeah, first thing we need is a big. Yeah, that's a fact. Shout out to SKTS. Yeah, we need a big. Joe puts up 15. That's what we'll win. Next game, Joe puts up 15. Nah, bro. Joe needs a good 20-piece, dog. With just KD?
He does.
He needs a 20-piece.
He needs a good 20 to 20. Like somebody, you need at least 3 role players that have double figures.
Yeah.
And another player, in my opinion, has to hit the 20s.
Yeah.
In order for it to, you have to make up anywhere from 20 to 40 points for Kyrie, what Kyrie could potentially give you.
Facts. Yeah, Joe's gonna need a 20-piece, dog. A 25 or 22, maybe 22 piece.
Blake's gonna have to have a game of his life. Harris is gonna have to have the game.
Yeah.
Mike James is gonna have to have a game because he's gonna be in there a lot.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, but Bruce Brown's gonna have to have a good game. Because those are the players are going to get play. Yeah. And they're going to have to, they can't just run around and keep moving the ball around. They have to score.
What game did Joe go off in? Was that game 1? Or game 2? It was game 2, right?
I think it was game 2.
He had 22, I think. Or he had 20. It was like, I think he had 20 that game. He might have had 20 that game.
I think it was, I think it was game 2.
Somebody said Joe won't have 25 again this year. Mark my words. Wow. KD looked mad soft, too, during the game. I observed the amount of times. I mean, like I said, KD's not the biggest guy, so it's like, what do you expect him to be? Like, he's not no, like, muscle, you know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of those fouls that he was getting pushed on the ground, they were supposed to be fouls. Like, in any other game I've seen this year, those are fouls. Every game I've watched NBA basketball this whole year, every game I've seen, even playoff games, I've seen playoff games called ticky-tack fouls. Like, this was really shot. This might be the only series where I've seen, like, they actually let everything go. You know what I'm saying? Everything.
Hey, real quick on the Joe Harris, and this is again spotty at best, and this is why we said that he's not always the most consistent.
Yeah.
In the Celtics, he had first game 10 points, second game 25 points, third game 8 points. Now, the last 2 games, he had 14 and 10. First 2 games of the Bucks, he had 19 game 1, 13 game 2. Obviously, 3 only in game 3, and then 4, he had 8 points.
Wait, he only had 13 game 2?
Game 2, he only had 13, June 7th.
What?
Yeah, his big game was game 1.
Oh, it was game 1 where he went off. Okay.
That was the game he went 5 for 9, 7 for 11.
Oh, okay, that was a game. Game 1 was
2, he still played decent enough. You know, he still almost gave you 50 from 3, but then after that it was ugly. And the Celtics, he was spotty. You know, he only had 1 game against the Celtics where he was in single digits, and that was game 3. Other than that, he had double figures.
Yo, everybody's going to go back and look at that Joe shot in game 3, bro. Everybody's going to go back to that Joe shot. Like, yo, if he just made that shot, we would be 3-0.
It just shows you, like, goes back to what I've said all along. You are asking role players, and Joe Harris included, to be literally mad. Granted, it doesn't help that he's getting paid $16 million a year, up to 19. Like, it doesn't help that that's how much he's getting paid. And I think that's what probably pisses people off. I think they'd be more happy if he was making 10 or less, or 8 or something, and then they would expect it. But he's been mad inconsistent in a lot of ways, just like the other role players. And then again, but fans are expecting these role players to be something they are not.
Yeah. And it's like 3-0.
He was wide open.
Of course, I'm not debating. He was wide open. Yeah. But so fucking what, dude? We've watched Kyrie and everybody else miss wide open. Shit happens. I'm just saying, you guys are expecting a guy that is a role player at best to be a starter hitting starter shit all the time. Same thing with Mike James. Same thing with fucking Shabbat. You're expecting. Am I wrong by saying you're expecting role players to hit like starters?
No, you're not wrong.
Okay, that's all I'm saying. I'm not sticking up for Joe Harris. I'm just saying, like, dude, seriously, we're expecting role players. It is a little
different with Joe, though. It is a little different with him.
Because he's making the money.
Not because he's making the money, but I mean, he shoots like 48 from 3, and he sometimes, like, he makes us the big 4 sometimes, you know.
Well, when he's on, he looks great, but when he's off, then he's trash.
Like I said, a lot of people are going to go back to that shot.
He's the player to love to hate.
But the thing is, like, if Joe Harris made that shot, right, and we go up 3-0, and Kyrie gets hurt, what is it? Does it still mean anything? That's the thing. What does it still mean? I mean, we're probably in a better position. 3-0, Kyrie's hurt.
Yeah.
And we go down through 3-1. But would it change anything if Joe made that shot?
I don't know.
If he would have had 8 or 13 points, like, we would have won the game. But I mean, like, it would change something because we would have more
time.
We had more time. We could stall a little more, maybe get to a point where Kyrie or Harden could come back.
Yeah,
you know, because it's only 1 game, so that's kind of
we were still down even if he hits that shot. So Brown still has to not make a dumb fucking decision. And
no, we were up by 1 when he hit that shot. I think. Oh no, we missed it. I think we were up by 1.
We were up by 1. I thought we were down.
Yeah. We were up by 1. It was like we were up by 1. I think he was down. We were down by 1 or up by 1. I gotta think about it. I'll look back at the film. Look at the film. I
just hope that if Game 5 we don't win, that it's not like it just, you can already see the narrative, you know, like You already know people are going to blame, KD couldn't carry, he's not the GOAT, James would have done it, or it's all this player's fault. Like, you already know all that shit's coming.
Yeah. Damn, people are so mad at Joe Harris. He was wide open multiple times. He's been called the best three-point shooter in the league. No excuses. Shout out Lanny Beeson. Joe Harris has been the starter for most of the year. Yeah, I think, like I said, Steve Nash has some kind of love affair with Joe. Like I said, I've been saying Joe should come off the bench for like months. Like, you can go back and I've been saying that for months. But like Steve Nash,
we've all said that.
Yeah, Steve Nash just always starts him. He just loves starting him. I don't know what it is.
Then I always say, okay, well, what's your option to replace him though? And then it falls what? Joe Harris, Landry Shamet.
Well, if the big three is in,
if the big three's in there,
yeah. If the big three is in, you don't need him.
Big three, because let's be honest, most of the time he was starting, we never had the big three. So it's But even then, when that was brought up, our question was, okay, if you don't start Joe Harris, who are you starting in place of him? And the typical same conversation would come up. Are you trusting Landry Shamet? Are you trusting Tyler Johnson? Are you trusting Bruce Brown? And we always got stuck on, I don't know.
Did Shannon Sharp make fun of Kyrie's injury?
Did he really?
I don't know. They're spamming Shannon Sharp.
Dude, that'll be fucked up.
Let me read what can you say about this game, though? Like, what do you...
I just already didn't... I was reading a Bleacher Report 2 seconds ago where they put like Giannis's numbers and the win, and then they put GOAT after his name, and I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, and then I was reading the comments, and people are like, oh, he posterized this, he did that, and it's like, really, people? Like, you're gonna call him the GOAT after Kyrie went out? Like, you're gonna say that they just won the game single-handedly because of Giannis? Not that we lost Kyrie. Unbelievable.
All they care is that Giannis beat the Nets, and everybody's saying we're going to be out in the second round. Like, their best dream is becoming true. That's all they care about. They don't care if that we were injured or whatever.
Yo, they're literally fighting like...
Oh, he's saying read Shannon Sharp's story.
Read his story?
The story, the thing at the top where you click, if you're following them, you can see their story.
Hey, you heard him?
Oh, hold on. Yeah, I didn't see anything on his page, though. So I was like, what?
No, it's not going to show. I think if you're not following them, then you don't get to see their story, if I'm correct.
Let me just try it. I'll try it.
Yeah, I agree, Aaron. A lot of people are casual fans, and a lot of that got exposed in our Discord today when Kyrie went down. Immediately, not even so much that Kyrie went down, and that's why we're struggling and why we're going to lose the game. Even people in our own Nets fan Discord chat went straight to blaming, talking shit on KD, talking shit on Joe Harris, talking shit on the whole team.
He's talking smack about he's talking smack about KD. That's what he is. He basically said that he's going to go on Undisputed and say why the best player in the planet shot 9 for 24, 1 for 8 from 3, and got held in lock by PJ Tucker. But KD still had 28 points, so how's that lock?
He's an idiot.
Yeah.
That guy's another fucking idiot.
Yeah, he's a KD hater. We all know Shannon's been a KD hater, man. That's why he blocked KD. He blocked KD. Tried to have a conversation with him, and he blocked him. Shannon Sharp blocked KD.
And he loves LeBron.
Yeah.
And he loves LeBron.
He's LeBron sexual.
Doesn't like Kawhi. Doesn't really like Kyrie.
Fucking LeBron, bro.
You know,
if LeBron bro, anything LeBron does, Shannon Sharp like.
Once they pick him up, he loved Drummond.
Yeah.
What happened to his baby Braun though? What happened?
Yeah, word. Yeah.
He just couldn't be the GOAT during versus the Suns.
Put up LeBron's stat line and put up KD's playoff stat line and compare tell me who's better, who has the better stat line. Facts. You know what I'm saying? KD. Facts. If you really look at it. So Shannon Sharp just be hating, bro.
They used to be friends. Like when you get that job, you have to you're paid to instigate, bro. Like you have to be a completely different person, bro. Like the fact that he was. Did you know that him and KD used to be like cool? They used to be friends and shit.
Oh, Shannon?
Yeah.
Oh, he did? Oh, I didn't know that.
They did, but it's like you go up there and you basically just have to talk crazy about people. It's
like the whole media shit. The same thing with Kendrick Perkins. Like, he be talking mad shit about KD and Kyrie, and they were only like, they were both teammates. They were his teammates.
I heard that they was brothers, like closest.
That's
on
what
that
I'm
team.
saying. And now he's talking mad. Like, that media shit is weird. They changed it. They changed up. Like,
you gotta damn near sell your whole personality.
Yeah. It's like, Kendrick Perkins, you really was on Kyrie and KD's team before. You're talking shit like this. Like, you're talking about Kyrie retiring. He's nothing. Like, all this shit he's talking about. KD's nothing, this and that. Like, well, what's you saying, bro? Like, you wasn't in real life on the OKC Thunder or the Cavs. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And Shannon gotta be, this bias shit is like, I guess you can be a LeBron fan. That's fine and dandy. But, like, there's gotta be a point where you gotta, like, when LeBron does wrong, you can't just like just look away. You gotta just come out. Like, when KD's wrong, I'm a KD fan, but when KD's wrong and KD played bad, I'm gonna keep it 100. I'm gonna keep it 100.
Even Skip Bayless, he defends like whatchamacallit. Like,
Skip Bayless keeps it 100.
Also says like, he says like he had a bad game.
Yeah, he says
he had a bad game.
Yeah.
He knows it.
Skip Bayless is neutral.
Skip Bayless can be a clown, but he's a little bit more realistic on shit. When it comes to Shannon Sharp, he will literally defend his best player and make every excuse in the world.
Yeah.
But any other player, like, the excuses don't fly. But when it comes to his man, it's like, yeah. I mean, I think everybody's. If you haven't seen the clip where Michael Rappaport, I'll give him this though. It was Skip Bayless, Michael Rappaport, Shannon Sharp right after the Lakers get bounced out, and Michael Rappaport just roasts.
Oh yeah, he did. He went crazy.
Sharp. and Skip was laughing. So
Skip,
dude, it was like everything that we've all talked about in here, and the say we should say about him.
Yeah.
That man said it to him. It just went off on him, and it was
like that was funny because I was watching Undisputed. I was dying too. He was like, how could Clutch Sports have like 9 players? 9 Lakers have a Clutch. He called it the Clutch Sports Agency. He's like, how do have 10 Laker players have the Clutch Sports Agency? Like, isn't that like
somebody in the comments was like Skip is up here looking like a proud father. And it really looked like that. Like, Shannon, like Michael Rappaport, like he could be his son. That shit was so funny. He looked proud, like he was thoroughly enjoying him. He was enjoying his life.
It was a beautiful sight to see because it was nice to see somebody give him fucking what he deserved.
And Shannon's talking all that smack, but what happened in that third quarter? KD went off, had 16 points in that third quarter. So what is he talking about? Locked up. 16 points in the third quarter? LeBron's not doing that. You feel me?
Yeah.
Like, come on.
Last time I checked, LeBron walked off the court.
That's what I'm saying.
Exactly.
Like, what are you talking about, bro?
At least he has the respect to go and shake motherfuckers' hand. LeBron just walked off the court.
Sometimes I wish I could take Skip's part because I could defend KD so much better because Skip doesn't really like go into the details with the KD.
To be real, no, go ahead.
No, go ahead, bro.
To be for real, he really only likes. I know he likes KD, but he likes him because he's LeBron's competition. Like, same thing with Kawhi.
Yeah.
So he doesn't defend him like a real KD fan like would. You know.
Yeah.
I know he knows how good he is, but he really. I mean, you pick sides. You know, like Shannon decided that he loved LeBron and shit, and so Skip is like, oh well, shit, I like KD, and I think he's the best player in the world. And when it's not KD. You know, it's Kawhi. When KD was injured and he was out for that season, who was he saying was the best player? It was Kawhi.
Yeah. No, I'm saying, like, Skip does have his fan. He's fan of certain sports, but like as I said, Aaron Brahane said it right here. He said Skip actually speaks on what he sees, and that's facts. Like he keeps it 100. You know what I'm saying? That bias shit is not sports analytism to me. Like, you gotta at least keep it 100 when, like, you know what I'm saying? I know you can be a fan. Yeah, there's no wrong with being a fan of a team or a player.
And that's the other thing, too, you got to admit, because I've heard him, I mean, dude, on national TV, he took fucking Kawhi Leonard's shoes and threw them off the set.
Yeah.
Like, so you can't sit there and say that man's not, like, roasting his own team.
Yeah, exactly.
You know, those are his dudes, and he was calling it, like you said, like he was being real.
Yeah,
and, you don't get that from Shannon.
Yeah, I've seen Skip Bayless throw like cowboy jerseys in the trash. I've seen him throw Kawhi stuff in the trash. You know what I'm saying? Like he keeps it like he just keeps it 100 when they're playing wrong. You'll never see Shannon throw a LeBron jersey in the trash. You know what I'm saying? You'll never see that, or you never see him like talk about LeBron badly or to say what he did wrong or he has to play better. Like you'll never see that. You'll never talk about LeBron like that. He'll just be like, "Oh, LeBron's players and help him out." But yeah, let's get these last words in, man. Somebody said one day people will see the truth, Harris. Yo, you guys are still going on Joe Harris.
Right. At some point, it becomes utterly stupid and absurd. It's like, listen, the dude definitely has not had a good games, and he's failed, and he definitely is. But it's like to continually go in on the guy like he's the main fucking problem just shows like the lack of intelligence of some people in basketball. It really does. And I'm not pointing out individual people. I'm just saying it's like you saw it today in our chat. As soon as Kyrie went down, fingers just come out, and that shows you like who real fans are, who really knows basketball, what really the problem is. It's not just one thing; it's multiple things. And if you don't see that, the next game is probably going to be pretty painful for you if it doesn't go your way.
Let me see. Let me respond to this one troll before we go, though. Tommy said people love saying KD's better than LeBron, but won't hold KD to LeBron standards. KD was without Kyrie and Harden. LeBron was without AD. First off, AD played 3 games in that series, so you can't really compare that situation. He played 3 whole games with LeBron in that series, and they still were taking L's. You know what I'm saying? Harden didn't even play 43 seconds in this whole series. You look at KD's playoff stats; they are better than LeBron's stats. So it's like, how do you compare Bron and KD stat wise? You know, they're saying okay, KD has a better playoff stat than LeBron, right? And then you say, let's say if KD can lead into the next round, but it's like it's a whole different situation. You know what I'm saying? And LeBron's overall team is better than LeBron's bench. LeBron has 2 6-man of the year on his bench. You know what I'm saying? Well, a 6-man of the year and a 6-man runner-up. KD doesn't have that. KD doesn't have that on his bench. You know what I'm saying? So, and you're trying to compare these situations. You can't really compare the situations. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, how are you going to hold? Yes, they're on the same level. I agree that KD's better than Bron, but it's like you can't compare their teams. You know what I'm saying? If you look at on paper,
different players, different everything.
Yeah, it's different players. Like the Lakers team is better. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers team have a deeper team than the Nets team. The Nets team is top heavy. You know what I'm saying? The Lakers team would have a deep team. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. He's saying LeBron coming off a bum ankle, but low key, top to bottom, the Lakers were overall better than the Suns. No
facts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like,
think of all the hyped up players of the Lakers compared to the Suns. You had Dennis Schroeder, KCP. No, he didn't play. So I don't even
Montrez.
You had Montrez.
Yeah,
all these players.
And it's not like the Suns have 3 All-Stars like the Bucks do. The Suns only had Devin Booker. It was Devin Booker and role players. Chris Paul was not really a factor the whole series. He was out injured.
Cameron Payne was doing
so
Dennis
it's like,
Schroeder, man.
How you gonna compare this LeBron? Yeah. You know what I'm saying? How you gonna compare that series? How?
And LeBron is like he's done that with the Cavs, so why couldn't he do that on Phoenix?
Hey, listen, LeBron had his run where he could have arguably been the GOAT.
Yeah.
He had his run, and that run is coming to an end.
Yeah,
he's still a very dangerous player when he's healthy and has the right people around him. Nobody will deny that, but it's still top. Yeah, but it's a fool's argument because both of them have gone to super teams to win it.
Yeah,
both of them have played that game. Yeah, LeBron definitely earned it more. Say when he was with the Cavs.
Yeah,
you could make that case, even though he had Kyrie. Whatever, you
can make that case. Yeah,
but it's like they each had their time and place. I think the thing with KD that gets a lot of complaints is that he hasn't done it like some of the other guys have with
people don't do. People forget about his OKC days. Like, what was those 7 years in OKC? They're acting like those 7 years in OKC didn't exist. Like, KD was having he was the leader of that team. He brought OKC to the finals. You know what I'm saying? So it's like people just forget. Like, oh, OKC doesn't count. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then
some people complain. But the other argument to that too is, he had James Harden, he had Westbrook.
James Harden wasn't always there, but I know you're not saying that. But to those people that say that.
Yeah, I always was very surprised that the KD, Harden, Westbrook, and Ibaka team did not win anything. I was very.
But that was before Harden.
I really.
Well, we know Russ is we've seen the effects of Russ. Like Russ is not like that, and Harden wasn't Harden then. Like Harden, we didn't know. Nobody knew when OKC drafted those guys. They didn't know Harden was going to be like this, and he wasn't playing like now how he was back then when he was young. He wasn't playing like
because as soon as he left there, he exploded. I mean, he was playing good when he was there. He was still fire off the bench.
Yeah.
But as soon as he left there, he literally just...
He went straight to averaging like 25, then 26, 2 seasons in a row with 29, back-to-back averaging 29. Then obviously he had the 35, 30, you know. So I get that they didn't know that, but that team was a top 2, top 3 team in the NBA because of KD. You took KD off that team. What did they?
Yeah,
you know, even
they had a great bench and they had all those players. I'm just saying, for me as a basketball fan watching basketball and looking at that team back then, I was very surprised they didn't go.
But like I said, like people say like, oh, they're blaming KD for having. They can't blame KD for having Russ and James Harden because that team was homegrown. It was drafted. Nobody was signed, and nobody. That team was a drafted team.
Right.
It was a homegrown team. It's not like he recruited anybody. He was drafted with Russ and Harden. What do you want him to do? You know what I'm saying?
True.
And people are just like, oh, he had either like, what do you want? He was drafted with those guys, and then he still lost to LeBron's super team in Miami in the finals. So it's
it was competitive. What they lost in 6?
I think it was 5. It was
It was still competitive the whole way through, though. It's not like, and I'm sorry, I just feel like Russ wasn't a good fit for him. I just don't think Russ, like, if there was times at the end of the game he want to take over and shit, and it's like, bro, you're not that person. Like, that's KD. I feel like if KD had a Dame or a Kyrie, you know, somebody like that who could shoot and who could do a whole bunch of different things, I feel like he already has rings. Like, if he just had Steph on that team, you take Russell Westbrook out, put Steph on. I think, you know, that's why he left. And if you were watching him on OKC, it's like, bro, Russ is just not, he don't know who he is. He refuses. It's like you don't put in the work to have this skill set and to take charge at the end of the game. You don't put in work for it. You don't practice shooting. You don't. But all of a sudden, you think you're just going to be hitting fadeaways. You think you're finna you think you're finna hit deep threes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
You know, let's not forget about, I'm sorry, go on. Apologies.
Yeah, like, it's like that's KD's job, you know. But go ahead.
The NBA world. Most people. The NBA world found out that you can't win with Russell Westbrook after KD left. Everybody, the reason you can't win an NBA championship with Russell Westbrook, and the NBA found that out as soon as KD left. They found out you can't win with Russ, and that's so true. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead.
Even then too, though, when people forget, and Kyrie kind of went through it a little bit too, where certain players like Kyrie and Westbrook, when they were really young, they were kind of wanting that to be the man complex a little bit.
Yeah,
and that's what was going on too a little bit with Kyrie in the beginning, and the same thing and Westbrook was the same way. Like, you could tell he didn't like playing second fiddle to fucking KD. You could just tell. Even though everybody knew that KD was the killer, he just never liked being that second guy. He never did.
Yeah, he didn't. It's worse for him though, because, like, you know, like, at least, and it is true, Kyrie, you know, they told Kyrie he was going to be the franchise player than LeBron, so that's definitely true. Like, he wanted, but at least, like, he let LeBron be the primary ball handler. Like, he let him facilitate. Yeah. He didn't try to take his job away from him and try to, you know, be him. He was just the scorer. You know, that's what he, but Russ is worse because you're trying to be the scorer at the end and you want to have all these big moments, but it is wanting to be the man complex.
He's a bad decision maker, bro. He lets his ego, like, take over, bro. It's not about, you know what I'm saying? He's a bad decision maker. He's not really.
And I get it. You a basketball player, like, I get, you know, you want to be the man and shit, but it's like at the end of the game and stuff like that. And KD did have a bad game 6 in 2016, but I feel like majority of that was really, like, I feel like Russ was.
Like Dear Mohammed saying, KD's rings were all fake. Shut up. Get out of here.
At this point, it is what it is. They lost, and they're finally here.
The trolls are OD.
Even though he went to there, and we know that to a large degree it was unfair. You still got to play a full ass season and still go out there in the playoffs and give everything, whether you got a stacked team or not.
So LeBron's
gotta put in the effort.
That's what I say when people don't say KD's rings are fake. It's like, so you're not gonna talk about LeBron's rings having a stacked Miami team with 3 superstars, Ray Allen. Like, come on, no one's gonna say that's a real ring when he stacked the deck with Miami.
Was good.
Bosh, D Wade, Bosh, Ray Allen, Mike Miller.
Like, Paul, let me get people. Rings count, whether super team or not.
Yeah.
Like, get this through your head. It doesn't matter if it's a super team. Rings will count.
Yeah.
On their resume, it'll say they are a champion.
Yeah, it's like,
especially if they win Finals MVP. That means, hello, they're the best player in that final.
And what's it called? And with KD, it's very different to me.
MVP?
It's different to me because like he's not.
Damn, yo. Hold on, yo. My phone died. Yo, on Saint, if you're watching the stream, my phone died. My phone died, Saint. My phone died. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna get back on there. Hold on, my fault, y'all. My fault.
But it's the same thing. It's like even an unbalanced fan, like the guy was saying, well, no, the cat, like, yeah, people will. I'll give LeBron his credit when he won it with the Cavs because he did. Like, you can't take that away from him. But to also say that he hasn't tried to create super teams to win it is just stupid. He's done that. He's doing that twice. Already, so it's
are y'all saying the Cavs wasn't a super team, or are y'all saying it was like a sort of
the Cavs? He tried to make it a super team.
He tried to make it a super team.
Due to Kevin Love's performances, like it wasn't like unless you look at Kyrie and be like, I mean, can there be a 2-man super team?
Yo, Kevin Love was an all. Do you remember do you remember Minnesota Kevin Love?
I feel you.
Minnesota Kevin Love was an all bona fide star.
Minnesota Kevin Love was a demon, but Minnesota Kevin Love didn't. See, the thing is right. I would say that Cleveland wasn't a super team, but what I will say is LeBron tried to make that shit a super team. When he put in the call to get Kevin Love, he thought Minnesota Kevin Love was finna pop off. So even though in the end result Kevin Love like choked a lot and he didn't perform the way he did in Minnesota, the intention was that I'm finna get this super team going in Cleveland. So he only successfully did it with Lakers and Miami, but he tried to do it to every team that he went to after Cleveland. So he's tried to do it 3 times.
Yeah. But to compare that to Kyrie and James Harden.
Oh no, I'm not saying. Like I said, it's your definition of a super team. I'm not saying the Cavs team was a super team. I'm just saying, like, I guess, like I said, I agree with Julian. He tried to make it a super team, but he didn't know Kevin Love was going to be ass. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Kevin Love was, like I said, Kevin Love was
there though for that.
Yeah.
This dude tried to say that the Pistons were a loaded super team.
Wait, what? Pistons?
My dear Muhammad.
The loaded Pistons.
Where did that come from?
The Pistons, Chauncey Billups, Rip Hamilton, Tayshaun, Prince Rasheed Wallace, and Ben Wallace. There's one Hall of Famer there.
On the defensive end, you can consider them a super team, but it was just really
Ben Wallace. If you really, what was his offense like? What was he averaging? Like 4.7 points per game? Yeah, because he was just such a threat to LeBron, right?
Y'all LeBron fans are just coming out the woodwork now. Like, y'all are really sad.
Yeah, y'all are really in the chat, yo. Because the trolls is coming hard. I'm about to end the chat, son.
Y'all keep talking about the 2007 season. What about the 2007 season?
The Pistons sixth man was a 37-year-old Lindsey Hunter. Are you kidding?
And the Lakers, bro, I don't care what nobody say. That Lakers team last year, that Lakers team to me is a super team because of AD and their role players and their core. That's a super team to me. Like, if because of their role players and stuff and their core, the reason Cleveland wasn't a super team is because their bench wasn't like good, and they didn't have a good.
And Kevin Love was
they didn't
ass.
have a good core. Yeah, and Kevin Love was ass. But like on Lakers, like.
Time out, Julian. He just said, "What about the Nets with Jason Kidd and Carter?" I'm gonna tell you this: when we got to the finals those 2 years, we got swept by some of the greatest teams of the 2000s. I hope you know that, right? Yeah. We got swept by the Lakers, and we got swept by the Spurs. Like, do you know basketball? Or
that Jason Kidd, Vince Carter team was not. That was definitely not a super team. That was not a super team.
They don't know. And I mean, dude, the one thing we can all agree on is LeBron's bubble ring doesn't count. I'm sorry. No. You get a half a season. You get a half a season off, and then you get to go to a bubble where you don't have to do anything, and you don't even have to travel from fucking city to city, and you get a nice long vacation. That shit ain't fucking no true NBA championship.
I got a question. I got a question, bro. Like, how do the two finals teams manage to get bounced out the first round, and one manages to get swept?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I should tell you something.
In the first round, the 4-0 by the Bucks, KD would win at least one by himself.
It's crazy because we were all talking about, Miami looking scary, man. I don't want to face Miami in the first round. I would have loved Miami in the first round. If they were going to lay down like that, I would have loved Miami in the first round.
Has KD ever been swept in his career? I'm trying to think about that. I don't remember.
I'm gonna go ahead and say no.
I can't remember. I'm a KD fan. I can't remember if he ever has been swept in his whole basketball career.
No, a lot of you LeBron lovers.
But LeBron has
injuries.
But a lot of these LeBron lovers in here all of a sudden are like Shannon Sharps. You guys are like a bunch of little Shannon Sharp clones. You're like Shannon Sharp's little children.
That's 120 Laker fans in here, bro.
Injuries, but what about the 2 6-man of the year candidates y'all got?
Yeah, what about them?
They're looking real good in the regular season, but now they're putting up donuts in the playoffs. What's going on?
Y'all beat us so much. Remember we had Kyrie and Kevin Durant. And we won by 20. We're so much better than the Nets. We're gonna beat the Nets. Lakers in 4. Y'all bench players killed us. What happens?
KD and Harden didn't even play.
Just know that KD's never been swept, though.
Yeah,
Facts.
there was no Harden, and Kyrie got ejected early in the third quarter.
KD's never been swept, though. Facts.
Yeah, I don't think he's ever
never won a 3-1 lead like KD. No, but he got swept 2 times though.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, 3-7-1. LeBron is 3-7-1. That one.
How many times LeBron got swept? Didn't he get swept 3 times?
Not twice, I think. In 07.
I don't even think it was. Okay.
07 Spurs, Warriors. Warriors swept them too. Right?
Yeah, 2018. Swept them in 2018.
Oh.
Okay, Tommy Salami says the Heat and the Lakers got bounced in the first round because they had 1 month of rest, so they were injured all season. Lakers wouldn't be 7th seed if they were healthy. You could say the same thing about us, bro. You're making no sense.
Yeah,
we could have been the first seed. We won't even be playing.
We would be the first seed.
Sweeping their ass. I'm not worried about nobody, bro. We really could have seen the next.
All I know is we gotta. I think the best way to end this and look at it is that what we gotta do for the next game, and at the end of the day, Game 5 really is all on the line because we have no idea what the hell is gonna happen with fucking Kyrie or Harden, and the question will be, can we do it?
Blowing a 3-1 lead is worse than getting swept. All right, you know what?
Oh my God, AJ,
you're done. Don't even answer that, bro. Don't even answer that. Don't even answer that, bro.
Don't bite into it.
Don't even answer it. Don't answer it, bro. We're going to last words.
Almost everyone in the chat right now is a troll. Almost everyone. We're
out of the street. We're out of the street.
All LeBron fans. Meanwhile, they're sitting at home watching.
Shannon Sharp.
Second seed and 7th seed is a huge difference.
Yeah, we're out of the street, man. Don't even answer that, bro.
But here's the thing. Rayleigh TLS, you gotta understand. There's times we only had KD and role players, Harden and role players, Kyrie and role players, and
Harden
kept winning.
You guys
were missing role player, AD, and y'all barely were able to beat the Timberwolves, the fucking Pistons.
He's got a point. Look at how many times those three big played this season, and we were still able to make it to the second seed, almost first seed. This is very true.
Man, let's not forget Harden beat the Suns by himself. Let's not forget that.
That Lakers roster is
going in the fourth quarter.
As far as role players, that Lakers roster is just way better than ours.
And you have to, and everybody in the chat has been talking shit about how shitty our roster is. So and it was done with one individual multiple times.
Yeah, but Lakers had Montrezl Harrell, Dennis Schroeder, KCP, Wesley Matthews, Marc Gasol, Andre Drummond. All of them were just
terrible. Don't forget Kyle Kuzma.
Let's not even mention Kuzma. Let's not mention Kuzma.
The Kuz.
Shit, I'll take Kuz right now than Tyler Johnson.
Kareem Abdul-Drummond.
I'll say Kuzma over
Tyler
Johnson.
Y'all LeBron fans are just funny, bro. Like, y'all ride one man to the fullest extent. I like KD, but I'm not gonna ride him to say just be so delusional to where anything I'm just gonna defend him no matter what. It's like, oh, he's always over this person. I just like ball. Y'all are weird. Y'all only like one person and will denounce anybody else just if it even comes close to staining your favorite player's legacy. And that's what's ruining the game, in my opinion. That's one of the factors ruining the game, in my opinion.
Yeah, I agree.
You out of here, though. Last words, man, because I don't want to talk to these trolls anymore. I'm done with the troll.
Yeah, this is troll time right now.
Troll time.
Y'all listing Lakers role players like the fuck. You do understand these role players have accolades, really good fucking accolades that our role players didn't.
That's what I'm saying.
No, but again, expectations, what people put on players is completely out of whack. People do not adequately understand individuals on their players, and then usually teams that lose when they're expecting to win it all of a sudden start making excuses. That's just where the state of the game is today. And quite honestly, in the way that NBA teams are constructed today, you're going to get more fan-based player guys jumping from team to team, and then when that happens, you also get unrealistic. What's the word I'm looking for? When you don't judge things through the correct lens, you're coming from a very distorted lens. But it is what it is. Today was a shitty day. I'll just go. Today was a shitty day. There's nothing much more you can say about it, and if you're not a fan of the Nets and you're happy that it happened, then that's on you. But the reality is we're up against the wall, and we've got to pull it all out. Everybody's got to step up. And there's no excuses for the Game 5 because I guarantee it's not. There's going to be no Kyrie and there's going to be no Harden. If there is magically one of those, then great. But I just don't see it happening. And to me, Game 5 is a must-win if we want to stay alive because even if we go into Game 6 in Buckland with no fucking Kyrie or Harden, it's going to be twice as hard. If you think it's going to be hard winning at home Game 5 with just KD and the role players, Game 6 there, same thing, is going to be twice as hard. So it's all on the line. And, at the end of the day, if we lose that, I'm going to look at it realistically. I mean, you lost your two best players. We have a subpar bench. And they're going to, hopefully they do the best that they can and leave it all on the floor so that at the end of the day, people are like, hey, it just wasn't our year. We got a run of bad luck. Say what you want about the Lakers, but the same thing. The Lakers got hit too with some bad luck. It just is what it is. If they were healthy, would they have played better? Of course. Just like us. And at the end of the day, you're either a fan who's going to turn around and point the finger and say it's Joe Harris' fault, it's Shamit's fault, it's Blake's fault. Oh, and even have like some nerve to turn around and try to blame it on KD, or you'll blame it on Giannis, whatever the fuck you want to blame it on. But at the end of the day, we lost the most two impactful players, two of the most impactful players on our team. That without them, unfortunately, the Nets project of this year just does not work without them. Do we have the ability to step up? Yes, but it's going to be a battle, and it is what it is. And the sooner you accept that, the better you can fucking move on to the next year, because that's like kind of where I'm at right now. I'm kind of. We need a miracle, bro. We do.
Facts. I agree with everything you said. Julian, Rage, last words.
Hopefully, Harden or Kyrie come back the next game.
Prayers for Kyrie.
Prayers for my dog. It's not over yet. There is a road. There is a road. There is a path where we still win. But I do think we need this one. or if we lose the next one, then somebody has to come back game 6, and we gonna have to clutch 2 wins in a row. But there is like 2 or 3 paths where we can still win this series, and I think if we get past this, we'll be okay. I think everybody will be back and healthy.
Yeah.
So everybody be optimistic, put the energy out, speak it into existence, law of attraction, all of that. Shout out to my co-host, shout out AJ. Thank you, Saint. AJ, I'm gonna send you my cash out. You know what I'm saying?
All right,
and man, thank y'all again for 5K. Like the stream up the last couple of y'all. That you know what I'm saying. Like the stream up. You know, we appreciate the 5K. You know, we've been doing this for a whole season long now. So, you know, AJ's been putting in a lot of work, editing videos, all that. So, give my dog his recognition. You know what I'm saying? Just hit the subscribe button. That's all you gotta do.
Nice.
And you know, we gonna be back. Shout out Brooklyn.
All right, bro. Rage.
You know, it's tough out. You know, we're going up against a lot of odds. You know, Kyrie going down, Harden going down. It is what it is. We'll have my guess is that we'll have at least one of those guys back. At least, and if we don't get those guys back for next game, I think the possibility is I think we can get them both back in Game 6 if we don't play them next game, which I think is possible. But of course, that is thinking the best case scenario. So who knows? But I'm not really worried. I mean, we got this next game in Brooklyn. And I think we got a very big chance of winning that because we have that. And I think we'll see at least one of those guys, at least Kyrie or Harden, maybe. I mean, you know Harden wants to play. You know he wants to get back out there. But, you know, we really just got to see. I mean, we know we can do it. I mean, KD can beat the Bucks I think KD can beat the Bucks by himself at home. But, of course, that's with the bench players playing well. Like, the bench players have to play well for KD to do it by himself, in my opinion.
Thanks.
But I think we can take this serious. And again, if we were fully healthy, the Bucks won 5 games, and that's as simple as that. Right. And that's the same with every other team. Like no other team is putting up much of a fight at all.
Thanks.
And that enough to say. Nets in 7, and Andre Drummond is not a top 20 center.
I love to hear it. Chubbs, you went right. Chubbs, you go.
Yeah, I'm gonna just be toxic. Fuck the Bucks. Honestly, just fuck the state of Wisconsin. Fuck the Brewers.
Talk about it.
Fuck the Packers. The trash ass Packers always choke every year. Fuck the Badgers. Trash ass basketball team. Let's just all take a step back and just say fuck Wisconsin.
Because they just Shannon Sharp fucking wannabes in the chat.
All of your teams literally choke, and all your sports teams do is choke every year, and it had to take a team to get injured for you guys to finally potentially win.
True, that is true.
And they still might lose to the Sixers if they
and
win
to the LeBron fans in the chat, someone in the chat said it best. There's a reason Kyrie left, and LeBron has not won a finals yet, and he had to go get another top 5 player to win a ring.
In a pandemic.
There's a reason why that man Kyrie left LeBron for KD. Never forget. Never forget.
Pandemic.
But look. Yeah.
And also LeBron haters. One last thing for me. Thanks for the views. We do appreciate it. It is nice to see the channel growing, and it just boosts the channel. So I appreciate you guys for showing up.
This is a heavy troll night.
Please show up next stream. Drop a like. Subscribe for daily content. We very much appreciate the trolls.
And if your team was in the playoffs, you probably wouldn't be watching a Nets news fucking stream.
They won't be here. If we win Game 5, they won't be in here though. They're not going to be in here if we win Game 5.
No, they'll be in here if we lose, for sure.
They're not going to be in here if we win Game 5.
But if you come back, make sure to like the video. You know what I'm saying? You need that amount of time.
Yeah, let me say about that. I'm going to say about last words, too. So, like, my last words are, it's not over. Again, I know we're in a tough position, but if you're a true fan of this team and you really rock with this team, you're gonna rock with it till the wheels fall off, till we lose in Game 7 or we lose in Game 6. Like, you're gonna rock with us until that time comes. But it's not over. You know what I'm saying? I'm still believing Nets in 7. And like I said, we just gotta keep the faith. Keep the faith. KD, like I said, I've seen KD been in tough positions before, and he's gonna adjust. I know he's gonna adjust. Like I said, I have faith in KD, but it's the role players coaching that's gonna have to be at an all-time high level for us to win this game on Tuesday. So appreciate you guys. If you're on Instagram, follow me on Instagram at NetsKingdom711. and also join our Discord. If you don't know what Discord is, download the app, type in Discord on the App Store, download Discord, and then you can DM either me at Nets Kingdom 711 or Rage at Nets Network _, and then we'll send you the link to Discord. All right, guys.
All right, AJ. Thanks a lot, bro.
All right, man. Have a good night. Have a good night, Nets Nation.